Oh shit. Oh, hold up. Hey, all right. Look, man. We all take L's in life, and in the famous words of Rocky Balboa, it's not about how hard you hit; it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Take the hit and keep moving forward. So I get it. I didn't foresee it happening. I didn't foresee Chelsea losing out on both Raphinha and Usman Dembele. I don't know who the Us is. I don't know who the right is. Those guys are finished to me. I don't know who those two clowns are. But it is what it is. And we're going to try to dissect what's happened there, why it's happening. And we're going to talk about heritage. Because we're going to have a real honest conversation about Paul. And we're going to have a conversation about Malcolm 2.0. We're going to have a real conversation about Malcolm 2.0 and about saving tweets and so forth. Yes, I need that video up. Yes, I need that video, but I don't want to be looking at
camera problems, man. Technical difficulty today.
Sort that right now. Sort that crap out right. So, guys, let's show you what's going to be happening on the show. So, of course, we're going to be talking about this dude, Raphinha, and what happened there. It is what it is. We're going to be breaking that down. Then we're going to be talking about disrespect. I am sick. I'm sickened by what is happening to this guy. When you twerk, you should be given at least some money. This guy is twerking and nobody's even dropping a $1 bill on this freaking dude. And I find it quite disgusting. I find it disgusting. That's terrible, But we're going to talk about the whole Ronaldo to PSG thing. Sometimes there is a shining light. Sometimes whenever you fail, you can rise again like a phoenix. And we're hearing that Koulibaly to Chelsea is a goal. Koulibaly to Chelsea is a goal. We'll talk about that. And the ski. Our Installments FC going to continue their raid on the world and try to figure out a way of getting this dude from Bayern. Although Bayern ain't Leeds United, so you can't strong arm Bayern the way you strong arm Leeds. So we'll talk about that with Lewandowski and so forth, man. So as I say again, I welcome you to the panel. It's your boy here, Half Up HH, your boy Ricardo. You know him way back, your boy Red. And the Yase side, who's having camera issues. Yase, put that damn thing up right now, man. Here's the thing. So just remember, guys, like the vid, subscribe if you're new, and if there's any crap you want to add to this show, as long as you're not English Talents FC or Daddy Oos, feel free to drop a dub. We call them super chats up this piece. I thank you for your patronage, you complete brickish clowns. So let's start with this crap, man. Let's start with this crap, because everybody wants to know. All right. Let me give my 2 cents on this whole thing. So, guys, look. Let me take a sip of my smoothie. Guavas and apples. Keep healthy. I didn't foresee Chelsea losing out on both players. Because I thought that with Barca's financial situation and so forth, Raphinha would have to choose between staying at Leeds and going to Chelsea. And I just thought that the choice was the choice. So either homeboy is either going to choose to go to Chelsea or stay at Leeds because Barca simply do not have the funds and the money. So I thought it was either Usman Dembele stays and then they can get Raphinha, or Usman Dembele goes, and then they're now freed up to get Raphinha. I didn't think that they'd get both players. But here's the thing, and this is a tough pill to swallow and a very hard truth. It's about Paul. And as we were nearing the decision, I was like, this guy doesn't want to come to Chelsea. He just doesn't want to come to Chelsea. Like, his main aim is Barca. Well, let me twist it. It's not that he doesn't want to come to Chelsea. His desire was Barcelona, and the desire was so strong, he tried to push and put pressure on Leeds. Even Barca said to Raphinha, if you really want to come here, you've got to put pressure on Leeds to try and make a deal that can happen for us so we can give you your dream. So it is what it is. He had a dream, and he did everything in his power to pursue that dream. He wanted to go to Barca, never wanted to come to Chelsea. And, I do feel a way, because it's not nice to feel unwanted. It's not nice to, if there's a girl you really like and so forth, you love and everything, and the girl says, go piss off, F off, your breath stinks. That's harsh. No one wants to be told that in your face. But It is what it is. And my disappointment is that I wanted a marquee signing for Chelsea. I wanted someone to be excited about. And that's what we're still waiting for. Of course, we'll get to Koulibaly and so forth, but I thought Raphinha is not a guy I rate highly. He is way overvaluated, and I think Barca have overpaid for him. Chelsea would have overpaid for him. But at the end of the day, the market is messed up. And we'll talk about the market. Forget about the valuations and the prices. Thanks to the Neymar deal and the Mbappe deal, guys are worth 120, 130. That clown Coutinho wins for 120. So it is what it is. If you want this player, you pay the price. The price doesn't correlate with his value. It is what it is because this is what the market is. It's the reality of the market. So from Barca's point of view, it is what it is. And I think this is what people have to accept, that as much as we've clowned Barcelona, insulted them, 8-2, financial situation, Messi tax, Bartomeu and so forth, people still view that as a desirable place. From Raphinha's point of view, it's not about Messi. It's not about where they are right now. It's about Rivaldo, it's about Romario, it's about Ronaldinho, it's about Neymar, it's about Ronaldo. It's like, if I'm Brazilian and I have a chance to go to Barcelona, I have to take that chance. It's just a lineage. It will always be like that from now until forever, man. So, Ricardo, talk to me. Talk to me about how your club took over this Raphinha dude, man.
It's just typical Brazilian wants to go to Barcelona. That's all it really was. It was his dream. Apparently, his family and Ronaldinho's family are like well known to each other.
Oh, okay.
You could imagine that Raphinha probably grew up idolizing Ronaldinho. It definitely does help that his agent is Deco. I know he played for Chelsea, but I mean, who really remembers him for his time at Chelsea? But it is what it is. I have to give a lot of credit to Raphinha because he definitely did. He definitely did his part in trying to be a part of the club. And I think even though the fee was very expensive, he did what he had to do for Leeds, in my opinion. Like, he could have easily scuffed that penalty. I think it was on the last day. He scuffed that penalty. They probably would have got relegated. They probably could have got him. Like, we probably would have gone for a third of the price. They would have been wrapped up like a long time ago. But I think maybe because of that, the Leeds were cooperative and what he wanted. But at the end of the day,
okay, so you're saying that Leeds felt that they were in debt. See, that's the real question I want to get to. How indebted were Leeds to Raphinha in terms of Raphinha, anything you want, will bend to your whim?
I mean,
how indebted were they to him?
It could be indebted to him, but at the same time, in these type of deals, the player actually holds the most power, because Leeds could have, they could have accepted Chelsea's offer, and they didn't have to wait for Barcelona. But ultimately, if the player doesn't want to leave Chelsea, I mean, no deal gets done. So if he really wanted to go to Barcelona, and maybe as a result, Barcelona pay a slightly bit less or whatever, Leeds, in a sense, their hands is forced to take a lower transfer fee for him.
Because it's either a lower fee or zero.
Yeah, or he stays there for another year, and then come the next year, his valuation's even lower because of the one less year in the contract. Maybe he doesn't perform up to standard, or ultimately he could lose the entire transfer to Barcelona. But I have to give Raphinha credit. He saw his dream. It was there. He did everything possible to take it, and credit to him. Hopefully, it turns out to be a good signing. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Red, talk to me, man.
HH, like, come on, man. Ask yourself this. Would you rather live in bleak, gloomy London, right? Or would you rather live in the beach in Catalonia, man? Like, just off the bat.
Red, London this summer has been very hot. Look at what I'm wearing. Yeah,
but he's on vacation this summer. He's on preseason this summer. During this winter time is when he's going to be living there. Like, be honest with yourself.
But Red, Chelsea always competes for the UCL every single year. You're going to one of the biggest clubs. You're going with one of the biggest clubs in the world, and so forth. And a club that are used to winning trophies.
Barca, even at their worst, right, which was like last season, at their worst, they're always contending for top four. They're always in top four. That's not even a question. They're going for the title. Like, Barca fans, like, even when like at the 2 months left in the league, just because it was mathematically possible for them to beat Real Madrid, they believed. That's the ambitions that you go to. On top of that, like, for Raphinha growing up in Brazil, I guarantee you he wasn't looking for the Premier League at all. Like, not just Chelsea, Man United. He doesn't care about he was probably watching La Liga, probably AC Milan, right? he's following Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, like you said, Neymar, Cafu, like these are huge players, icons of the game. Like, so he's obviously going to go for Barcelona no matter what. And it's not just Brazilians in general. When it comes to Barcelona, when it comes to Real Madrid, they're always going to have that pull, regardless. Like PSG needed the president of France to literally get Mbappe in a meeting. Like, this guy is in charge of so much in the country. He made Mbappe a priority just to keep him. That's how hard it is. That pull is. So like, but at the same time, to be honest with you, I feel like also Raphinha knows that going to Barca is better for his career long term. Because one thing about Barca is that when you play for Barca, when you're starting for Barca, that pretty much guarantees you a call up to the national team. You're playing for Chelsea, like I'm pretty sure they'd rather prefer Rodrigo and Vinicius over him at that point on the wings. Like it's because they just play for Real Madrid, just the fact that they have those minutes. Like, so for him, I also see it like as a career move, this is the superior move. And this is not to disrespect Chelsea or anything at all. Like, this is not to undermine them. It's just that like this battle was lost before it even started. Like, you guys hyped yourself up and you guys were using it to clown on Arsenal fans just for you guys to be the Arsenal in the situation. Like, it's this is just what happened. I'm sorry, HH. Like, this is, you guys set yourself up. Like, it's the same L that Madrid fans took. Like, we took an even bigger L. I saw Madrid fans. I never did it personally. I said Dembele is better than Mbappe back in 2018. But Madrid fans were hyping up Mbappe for years.
But I think this comes to a larger discussion about the EPL and La Liga. Mm-hmm. Do we need to readdress the kind of media that they feed us about the EPL that's Man United, Liverpool, these are sort of these big clubs and everything? Because if Barca in this state is still a desirable place, wherever they are and so forth, how much? My real thing is that how much pull do Premier League clubs have?
Okay, if we want to go into that discussion goes much deeper than sport and goes about culture and linguistics. Mm-hmm. and like for example, like I'll get like here at HH where I grew up in North America, nobody gives a shit about Real Madrid or Barcelona or AC Milan or anything. They'll know Manchester United. They'll know Chelsea. They'll know like English Premier League clubs. Like, they'll always talk about that, but like Hazard, but they won't know about Real Madrid, or they'll know Ronaldo and Messi, but that's just it, because it's an English predominant language, right? If you go to Scandinavia, a lot of the players there tend to be Premier League fans because of legends like, Dennis Bergkamp and like I'm not going to sit here and just name them, but like there's so many. So like when it comes to like the language barrier, like when it comes to South America, they prefer Italy and Spain, right? So the reason why the Premier League is so big is just for one reason only, not the quality. Yes, the money plays a big part, but it's not just that. It's the language. It's in English. We can all take it. Like, look at us. There's 4 people here. We're all from different parts of the world, like originally or where we live right now, and we all speak English. So we can all consume the Premier League in its like prime like form. Whereas, for example, if you want to watch La Liga, you're gonna either have to pirate it or find like an English stream or like pay extra premium prices to be able to get access to it.
And it's not the same, bro.
It's not the same. And then like when you want to watch the post-match interviews, you want to hear like these stars that you idolize like speak about the matches. They're all speaking in Spanish. You have to say it's much harder product to consume and to really sell to people. So because of that, the Premier League obviously has a wider reach, but like for the people that do have reach to the other product, they're gonna idolize and they want to go there. Like I said, like if let's say, for example, there was a big Canadian talent or like an American talent, let's say Alphonso Davies, for example, I guarantee if you ask Alphonso Davies, he probably wants to go to like a Premier League team. Like, he probably wants to like
so basically, so this is really a South America thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Like South America for Real and Barca.
I tell you, when my family's obviously from Peru, and I've obviously being South American, you get along with other South Americans. Like, bro, it's really only Barcelona, Real Madrid who you support. Like, it's very rare somebody like you. I'm not gonna lie, I know some people, very few, like, oh, I like Bayern Munich, which is rare. But there's like, I like Milan or Inter Milan, especially the older people. They remember the Italian.
Italy.
But
it's mainly like Barcelona, Real Madrid.
And it's the same for Arabs, by the way. For like when it comes to like the Arab population, like it's like, I know in Egypt there are certain sects like streets where like you're a Barca fan, or it's like Bloods and Crips, and like Madrid fans. Like it's that deep there.
But I think it's true. I think because again, like speaking from Africa and in Nigeria and so forth, because of the amount of colonization from England and everything, if let's say a Nigerian star comes, their big thing is to play for a Man United, a Chelsea, a Liverpool, or so forth, But and here comes the problem. It goes back to how many truly world-class superstars have the Premier League produced? How many guys could you say, "Oh, this is the best player in the world"?
I
that the
mean,
Premier League has
to
had?
be fair, they did produce, like, let's be honest, like in the 2000s, like I'll give them from 2005, 2004, 2005 up until 2011. The Premier League was by far the best league
Oh
in the world.
no. But
Like,
see, I'm talking about in total. Because again, the points I'm making is, let's just be real. The best players we've seen, the most talented players we've seen, have come from Brazil and Argentina. Most times, some of the best players we've seen have come from Brazil and Argentina. And so the issue is, if a South American somehow, so the South American, my dream is wait for Barca, Real Madrid. Somehow I may not get that first move, so I may have a detour to like a Premier League team. But the moment I get a sniff of a Barca, Real, I'm gone. Very rarely with that top South American star, if they've made their first move to the EPL or to Germany or to France, will stay there. Their thing is, can I now make the move on? So the difference, because see, it is what it is. It's how I grew up and everything. Of course, I respect everything, but at the end of the day, Brazilians and Argentinians, these are the guys who've produced some of the best, most talented players that the world has ever seen.
So, you know what's gonna? This is my prediction. We can see it with. This is what I believe. Julian Alvarez. I think because he had a trial at Real Madrid when he was younger, and they didn't decide to keep him or whatever the case may have been. However, when he was in Argentina, he was known to be a Barcelona Messi type of guy fan. It's well known. I genuinely think with Barcelona and Real Madrid, didn't show any interest in Julian Alvarez when the time came when he was going to leave River Plate. He only went to City not because Manchester City is this club. He went because of Pep Guardiola.
Oh yeah, Pep.
If you don't think, if this guy turns out to be good, the first time Barcelona or Real Madrid come calling for this kid, he's gonna jump ship. And that's just the reality of the situation. And he didn't get a chance to go there because they didn't offer for him. And his release clause was 20 million. What the hell is 20 million to Barcelona and Real Madrid? And it's a sad reality. But I think that's what's gonna happen with someone like him.
Let me come in there and I'll take your those ones. So yes, talk to me, man. I mean, look. So yes, look, because you're from the home turf in the Premier League and so forth. Is the EPL pool just not there to really keep and sustain these top individual talents, specifically in South America?
I think Red hit the nail on the head. It depends on the player you are. Like it really are. It's really, unfortunately, it is how you grew up. Where exactly did you grow up? You know, it's one thing I always said is like it's different. When English is not your first language, it's just a different. It really is different. Especially when you're more comfortable, the culture, everything's completely different. You can move there, you can move to England, you can move to London, you can move to Manchester, but it's just not the same, you know. And you know, you just can't blame them. You cannot blame, for example, like that's one of the reasons why I'm hearing that Bernardo Silva, one of the main reasons why he wants to leave Man City is because it doesn't, in a way, I know it sounds kind of weird, but he doesn't feel like he fits in at at Manchester. Like it's like you can accumulate, you can be there for all but then at the end of the day, man, you want to find people that you know you can talk to, you can, you know, the people that you know almost share your culture in a way.
But I mean, I get that living thing, but football is for football, man. And look, there have been guys who have not been of the culture, who've come to in England or a Germany, say, I'm finding at home. I tell you right now, Zanetti feels closer to Inter Milan than he does Argentina.
But you got to remember that Argentina have a pretty big history when it comes to Inter Milan. Like they have there's something there with Inter Milan and Argentinian players, because if you look at the history of Inter Milan, they've
I mean, Italy and Argentina in general have like a deep connection. There's a lot of Italian migrants to Argentina.
Yeah, but specifically Inter Milan, they've always had a strong relationship with Argentinian players.
Yeah. No, but again, because see, my thing is this: has there ever really been a South American star who has stayed in the Premier League? Because see, my thing is this: I went with Sanchez, and remember Sanchez? He began at Udinese. Then his big move was at Barca. Then for some reason, it didn't work out at Barca. Then he then went to Arsenal. But I think the Arsenal move wasn't really like, this was my move. His move was Barca. But because that didn't happen, it went through. So I'm trying to think that, has there ever been like a South American star who has gone to the Premier League and stayed there throughout their best years and their peak
I mean,
years?
Firmino is one of them. I mean,
Firmino is just a top. I'm talking
You're gonna say
like
Aguero.
likes of like Cannibal Suarez,
It's gotta be Aguero.
Edinho, Neymar, Messi, those kind of guys.
Aguero is probably the
Aguero.
best one that we could think of.
Aguero.
But also
Aguero.
also we always remember this, guys. There's always everything has to do with opportunity. At the end of the day, like Raphinha, the reason why he pushed for this move so much and was so desperate to go to Barcelona because he knows.
But yes, why did they get my hopes up?
No, but
why did they get my hopes up?
No. Let me land. Because the thing is, the reason why he pushed it for this summer specifically was they know that the opportunity is never there. The thing is, like, there's always a limited amount of players you can have. You can only have about 22, 23 players, and you can only start 11 players. What chance? How do you? Raphinha probably in his mind saying like, this is a chance of a lifetime to go to the club that I always dreamed about, and in his mind, Raphinha probably thought it was like a distant reality. Imagine, you look at the situation of Barcelona in now. A lot of players are getting an opportunity that they never imagined to play for Barcelona. Do you think Braithwaite imagined that he was going to play for Barcelona? Or do you think Adama Traore thought he was going to be coming back to Barcelona? Or what is that guy? Aubameyang. Aubameyang always dreamed about going to Real Madrid, and that was an original. The players like right now they're in a situation where this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Because prior you had the Iniestas, the Xavis, like you're not going to come. No one's going to come into that midfield. Then you had what you call the Dani Alves. No one's going to replace Dani Alves. So it's like it got to a point where like
no. But basically, yes. So my thing is that when do I get a top Brazilian or Argentine at Chelsea? When does that happen?
You don't look at. That's the thing. Look at. Declan Rice.
No, look at
who. What do you mean, David Luiz?
No, hold up. Yes, what did you just say? Yes, what did you just say?
Declan Rice is twerking for you, so might as well sign him.
HH. How are you gonna be so ungrateful? You have David Luiz. You had Thiago Silva.
Let's take some dubs. Let's take some dubs. Shout out to your boy Chichbris. Thank you, bro. Big up HH. I hope Chelsea don't fully embarrass us fans and make some good signings. We just need to cough up with the cash. No, look, we'll talk about Koulibaly, and here's the thing. This was an L, but remember, the transfer window closes in September. There's a long way to go. And Todd B, look, you can say what you want and so forth, but my main man, he's moving. He's moving and he's making moves.
Looked like that when he was going to the Barcelona headquarters, bro. The guy looked like Boris Johnson with his hair messed up.
Because
the guy had a briefcase that papers were falling out.
Yes, I like that. I like my owners to be looking because it shows that he's working hard. He's working hard and he's putting in work. So
he's going through it, bro. He's going through it.
So JJ, my thing is that stay off Twitter, forget the haters, forget the abuse. We have a long way to go. And there's still a lot to be said, man. So I just say, relax. Miguel Rabines. Barca are literally mortgaging their future just to win a transfer window. And by the way, spending 38 mil on Koulibaly is greater than spending 95 mil on who is MDL?
Declan Rice, I think.
I think that's Matthias de Ligt.
The
Ligt. No. Look, see, my thing is, look, because I want to ask you a Raphinha question.
Wait. Are Juve evaluating the Ligt at 95 million?
Yeah, Bayern are actually
they're mad. No, I know they're mad. But no, basically, Miguel, my thing is that, look, as I said again, Raphinha, it is an L and everything, but we move. We move forward. It's not time to not find another attacking target. You lose it to one, you try to get another. And again, there's a long way to go this transfer window. There's a long ass way to go, bro.
But Red, let's be honest. Like, I understand why they valued him 95 because they don't want to lose him. Like, Juve are desperate to keep him.
No, but guys, as I said at the top of the show, forget the valuations. It's all messed
Yeah.
up. These things don't relate to how valuable the player is. It's like this the price. You either want to pay or no.
Yeah.
It's not in relation to how
I'll,
to the
I'll,
guy's value.
I'll be honest with you. I don't see I don't remember a single match that made the Lick memorable. Like not a single one that made him like that worth that much. 95 million.
no.
He's been at Juve for what, 3 years now?
Wait, hold up. Silence FC. Thank you for the
Four, I
dub.
believe.
2022 Man United equals 1 trophy. Barca BLM deal #installments FC. What trophy did United win in 2022?
Did you, today? We won a cup today.
Don't
The Bangkok Century Cup.
Actually, 4-0, baby.
shut
4-0,
up. No,
baby.
get out of here. Get out.
Bro,
Mikey
you
said,
saw Salah today? You saw Salah today? What he did?
Man United
Nothing.
first trophy in
Nothing.
5 years. Guys, we're not talking about the
Nothing.
Bangkok Cup, guys. We're not
That's
talking about the
embarrassing,
Bangkok
bro.
Cup. No.
Bro,
We're not
you
doing
know,
this,
you
no.
know the beautiful thing about it? It was 3-0, right? So, the club said he tried to flex. He's like, I'm gonna bring on Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Darwin Núñez, Salah. You know what happened? They ended up winning the game 4-0.
In a prison friendly. Your boy, yeah. H is ready for the Ibiza party without farting. Look, man, you know, I got my Hawaiian shirt, man. No, it is hot. It is hot where I'm. It is super hot. Miss B Nation, Barca fans message this season. We're gonna cook. We are back. End of the season, we got cooked. Patience. Don't celebrate before the game ends. Miss B. You see, this is where I need you, man. This is where I need your Barca hates here. I need your Barca hates, man.
But HH, real quick.
Yes.
If I'm Chelsea, I would hope Barca would succeed this season, or else you guys are going to get bullied by them next season, the transfer window again. Like I would recommend that,
Unless
like,
we don't go for the same targets.
Oh no, they're going to bully you. They're going after every target you guys were going after.
Yeah,
Literally
that-
every single target. Like
What makes me think? What happened in that conversation with Todd, bro?
We're saving our
Like,
scouting
what
money and letting
happened?
Chelsea do the work.
Literally, did Laporta say, "Let me see what you have in your list"? Okay, okay, good.
Look, I'm confused. Alps, man. The reason Barca dipped end of last season is because of inexperienced youngsters, which equals inconsistency. Javi ball is real. Okay. Laugh now, doubters. You'll see next season. Oh, let's see, bro. He's under the microscope because Barca are getting a lot of, especially if they get Lewandowski, they're getting a lot of guys, man. So we'll talk, man.
Is Laporta chief Oga?
No. Marcus, many French players want Real because of Zizou. Really? Huh?
yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Like Zinedine Zidane, like literally amplified Real's French legacy to another level.
Well, it's true because you have Mendy, Camavinga, Chouameni.
Like look at Benzema, look at like
Benzema.
players, even like when you look at Ben Arfa or any of those, like when you go back, they all say like, oh, we wanted to play for Real Madrid. Zidane, our favorite player is Zidane. Like Mesut Ozil came to Real Madrid just because of Zidane. That like
So you invite Michael Buffer. Just bought a food. Yeah, of course I called moi moi and jollof rice. I didn't realize this tastes so good as Raphinha joining Barca. I was told we have money once we open our levels, but he didn't listen. Now take the L, Todd B.
Yeah,
No, by the way, jollof rice and moi moi, that's a Nigerian delicacy. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Just as good as patidiyam and egusi. Look, my thing is, as I said again, I take the L. I insulted them. I abused them. I didn't think that you'll get both players. It is what it is. These levers and somehow miraculously they came up with the cash. I didn't see it happening. So before we move to how is Raphinha going to flop? Is this all hype? Ricardo, have you wasted 75 mil? So are we going to look back at this and say, oh my gosh, we actually dodged a bullet? Malcolm 2.0?
No, I actually think he's a far more quality than Malcolm was. No, I especially with Xavi, specifically with Xavi, his system definitely relies a lot on wingers. Like he's very dependent on them. So when you look at the wingers, like how much different is Raphinha and Dembele? Like how much different? They're both excellent dribblers. They're excellent creators.
Yo,
They're
Raphinha is
finishing-
nice, Ricardo. He's very
Yeah, no, I know. They're both great on transition.
guys, relax. HH is listening to this, man. Go
So-
easy on him. You can tell he's tearing up as Ricardo's like, oh, they're excellent dribblers. They're on.
No, but I'm
Bro,
just
he's
saying.
nice, bro.
My heart just split in two when you just said
Don't get me wrong. So don't get me wrong.
Ricardo,
Like, they're not that, like,
Ricardo. Do you know how long I've been suffering? Ricardo,
Yes,
I was this close to getting a Brazilian. I was this close to getting a dribbler. I was this close to buying a Chelsea jersey with an
But if
actual
you think
player at the
about-
back.
If you think about it, like Barcelona's legacy with Brazilians, Romario, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, young Ronaldo, Neymar being the last one. if we look at Chelsea's legacy of Brazil, you got William, David Luiz,
Oscar.
Oscar, who left for
Oscar,
China.
yeah.
I mean, it
Ramirez,
was
right?
obvious.
Ramirez,
He was
yeah.
actually good.
Ramirez was nice.
Moutinho, Mason Moutinho. Don't forget about him. But yeah, like it was
Jorginho.
Yes, I forgot about Jorginho.
No, because let's just like why can't Chelsea have like a marking, super
you had
talented,
Sterling,
stylish
though.
player?
They probably told Raphinha, like, hey, look, that club, wait, if things go bad, those subway stations, they can get really racist towards people with a little bit melanin. So.
HH, honestly, you can just go the Arsenal route. Go to like the Brazilian 4th division or like somewhere in the streets of Brazil and get yourself a Martinelli. And that's it. Just develop your own superstar.
Okay, but yes, Raphinha, do you think he'll flop or he'll succeed at Barca?
No. The guys, see, HH, you can't do this.
Yes, be real.
No,
be real.
no. HH,
don't try and be funny.
HH, let's not kid ourselves. Everyone rates Raphinha. Everyone looked at Leeds United.
Do they?
Yes, everyone looked at Leeds United like, man, that Raphinha guy is too good for that level.
I don't know about
Everyone
that.
said it. Everyone said it. HH, I would have loved Raphinha. Liverpool would have loved Raphinha. Chelsea would have loved Raphinha. Arsenal would have loved Raphinha. The fact that he's going to Barcelona, I'm happy about because he's not going to Chelsea or he's not going to Arsenal because I would have sweat. I actually would have. I was when Arsenal was quote unquote like literally serious about him. I was like, what is going on? Why? I was like, Raphinha, are you mad? Why are you going to Arsenal? What? Then Chelsea, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Then I heard the whole Barcelona thing. I'm like, yes. I'm so happy he's going to Barcelona because I don't have to play against him. I hate playing against Raphinha. The guy, he's good, HH.
Red, come on.
He can dribble.
Red.
The guy.
Talk to me. Barca have what they don't, haven't they?
I mean, bro, I like in all honesty, Chelsea dodged a bullet. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like, first of all, I saw Raphinha. He's good for Leeds, right? Playing hero.
Yeah.
Playing hero ball. When you're
Ricardo. Listen.
No. It's actually like, and I'm not doing this to hate because like Barca signed a player. Like he is entertaining, yes, but like.
We don't know how. No. See, my thing is, look, he is a talented player, hands down. But the issue is that can you take that talent and be successful for a Barca?
I'll give you two examples. Example number one: Alex Wan-Bissaka, right? When he was playing for Crystal Palace, because he was playing for Crystal Palace and they had to defend a lot because Crystal Palace is not like a City or a United where they most likely have more possession than another team and they can outplay them. He looked amazing. But now take him and put him in a team where the level of talent is higher. He looks more mediocre at that point. He's more his strengths don't show as much as his weaknesses because then you'll start paying attention to all his like deficiencies in his game. Look at Grealish at Aston Villa. Oh, he's one of the best players in the Prem. Look at the dribbling. Look, this white boy can jump. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's big. But then you take.
That's true. Have you actually seen that film? White
of course. That movie's a classic. Classic movie. No, but like,
isn't that Wesley Snipes? Isn't that one?
Yeah. Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
Yep. So like you take Grealish from Aston Villa where he looked amazing. You put him in a team where City where now you're not the man anymore. You're not like you can't just play hero ball and you have to abide by a stringent system where you have to bring the best out of other players instead of just bringing out the best in yourself. He looks much more average. His strengths aren't there anymore because he can't just do whatever he wants. Because at Aston Villa, you can dribble, lose the ball. The coach will be like, "Oh, good job, lad. You'll get him next time," because he's your star. You have to treat him like that. But when you're just there and you're at Barcelona and they're like, we don't give a fuck. We can literally ship you off next season at a loss and just get another player on installments. Like similar to what happened with Malcolm. You look much more mediocre. So with Raphinha, not to say that he will flop or anything like that. It's just that if I'm a Barca fan, what MSB Nation said earlier, like he's right. He was like, you shouldn't really be flexing because this could backfire on you. This player is not proven. He has 6 non-penalty goals.
Ricardo.
You can say that about any other player.
Absolutely. Like, bro, you don't think I'm panicking that we bought Tchouaméni for 100 million? Like, bro, amazing. Like you don't think like I don't know that, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you. I think these players are all very much overhyped. Like, I think the only time you should drop that kind of money on a player is when a player has been like Ballon d'Or nominated, when a player has like won some major silverware, when he has seasons under his belt. When you're paying 100 million on pure potential or like the possibility of a player being like successful, it's a very slippery slope. And you saw that happen like with Barca over the past 5 years. They bought a ton of players hoping that they would live up to this position or this role that they have in mind for them. And Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann, that's like 450 million. What did you guys get? Nothing. Like, so I'm not going to be hyped just yet. I do think Raphinha has a ton of potential to be big, because if he goes right and like Xavi is able to get him adjusted to his system, where Raphinha can limit himself in a way where he can get the best out of the team as a whole, he could succeed if he's utilized as a weapon. But Raphinha is not a superstar.
So before I have to change back, so Ricardo, are you worried by what Red is saying in terms of him coming to a different team where you're not really the marquee dribbler superstar guy? There are now other guys around you. What are you thinking that the adjustments could be like?
No, well, I would disagree, because Xavi's game is not relying on an individual, and based on what we see in Xavi in the 6 months, his form of playing relies extremely heavily on wingers. That's why, like I was saying, the last 6 months, the best player for Barcelona was Dembele, and like nobody thought that we would ever say that about Dembele at the time at Barcelona, because that guy was a brick for like pretty much like 4.5 years of that contract. But the last 6 months under a very new manager, it's not really a coincidence why. So when you look at the profile of someone like Dembele and Raphinha, there isn't much to differ there, and especially left-footed right wingers. Left-footed players tend to have a little bit of something about them.
But like when it comes to like Dembele, the reason he was like Barca's best player is just because he was beating his man on the wing and crossing the ball. He wasn't like doing any like crazy stuff. He was just simply crossing. Like it wasn't like
I wouldn't dumb his game down to just simply crossing.
No, it's not dumbing his game down. It's just that his role in Xavi's system was pretty much a traditional winger. It wasn't like an inside forward.
I talk about Dembele.
Yeah, Dembele. But the thing is that we had no primary left wingers. So I understand the point where it became excessive from Dembele's end, where he just resorted to crossing and all that. But I mean, look at our left wingers. Ansu Fati was pretty much gone the whole, pretty much last 2 years, really. Ferran Torres isn't your natural, your natural winger, anyways. And then, if anything, at City, he played either centrally or he played on the right, very rarely on the left. And now, the one thing I say, Raphinha, that gives me hope is that you were playing for the national team while playing for Leeds. Like, to earn that spot off playing for Leeds must say something about your ability. But what Red said earlier is true. Playing for a club like Barcelona or Real Madrid, it pretty much guarantees you a spot on the national team. But he was making the national team playing for Leeds. There's something good there.
Ricardo, think about this.
No, because my thing though, look, where is he going to be on the right or the left? So is he going to be on the right? Because I think for Leeds he plays on the right and comes in on his left foot.
No, I think for him it would obviously make sense for him to be a right winger. But what that would say about Dembele, I mean, competition's always good, but the thing with Dembele is that he's, the guy I think you believe he's actually ambidextrous. So can he play on the left? Yeah. He has played on the left when Messi and Suarez were there. I wouldn't say it's his most effective position, but reality is that what if Dembele gets injured? So that's not something out of the mistake. That's not something out of the blue. It gives them more attacking option, and if anything, like, Dembele can't just be like, well, I got the right wing on lock because Raphinha exists.
No. I think what's always healthy is competition. I think because like if you're like, oh my, I'm here, even if I play badly, they have to pick because who else is there? But if you have a guy in training busting his balls now, get to your spot, it forces you to play well. That's why ask any manager. Every manager's dream is I want 2 great players in every position. That's every man. No, not every manager can do that, but every manager does that place. My utopia is there are 2 quality players in every position, so that this player that's playing, you are playing to keep your spot. So if you play badly, you're out, and there's a guy who is hungry and starving to take your spot.
HH, that doesn't work, HH. That doesn't work. That on paper, HH, on paper, yes, but like it sounds amazing, but like HH, when you're managing, you're playing with people. These are human beings. These are real people with ambitions and pride. You think you're gonna have 2 players of the same quality, and one of them is just gonna be okay being rotational on the bench? That's not gonna happen. It's gonna
red. I feel like
wait, hold up. You missed my point. This is a Real Madrid or Barcelona. You want to come and play here, but your desire to come and play here, especially if you're not a marquee star like a Raphinha, you're coming because you want to get to the starting spot, and you get that. I have to be amazing in training,
exactly,
and hope that this guy has like a 7, because if the manager says that, man, this guy is doing amazing in training, and this guy just dips, give him 15, and in that 15 you go crazy, bro.
No,
give it 20. Let me 25. Let me start this guy right now.
How about this? Here's a real example, right? Kovacic, right? He played for Madrid, and Kovacic, I'll tell you this: Kovacic probably never had a bad game for Madrid ever. ever. Like, he was insane. He didn't have the goals and assists, but when it comes to ball retention, when it comes to press proof, maintaining possession, making the smart runs, creating space, opening up spaces, he was immense. Ball carrier, 10 out of 10. And even when he was called on, he didn't just give us a great 15 minutes. He went away to PSG in 2017-18, and Casemiro was out, and Kovacic had to play that DM role, and Modric was out, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
So you can tell like he was carrying the weight, and we go on and we thrash them that game, we beat them, and Kovacic was one of our best players, right? But at the end of the season, when Kovacic saw that, next season I'm still not going to be the primary player in rotation, I'm going to dip. I'm going to go to Chelsea. I'm going to go where I can start, where I'm going to be appreciated, where I'm going to like. We had a great player.
No. Apples and oranges. Do you know why that doesn't make sense? Let's deal with what we're dealing with. Let's just deal with the real stuff. We're dealing with Dembele and Raphinha. Casemiro, that's a legacy player. When you have a legacy player, you give them a lot more rope.
Yeah.
So even if the guy's out and so forth, even if this guy's doing well, you've done so much for me and so forth, I'm always going to put you in despite not. Dembele hasn't earned that right. He's not earned enough kudos to be that legacy player. As well, I'm now going to give you that rope. So as good as Kovacic is, Casemiro has too much cachet. Yeah. That it's pretty much impossible to displace him.
I also got to add, for Raphinha's sense, is like, correct me if I'm wrong, but is he the only Brazilian on the team? I think he might be.
Yeah.
So for him,
Dani Alves left. Yeah.
Well, Dani Alves left. But if you take both situations, one, Dembele is only signing a 2-year. Raphinha signed a 5. If you're Dembele and you see a guy sign the 5, which is what the club offered him, and this guy did everything to go there, you as Dembele have to realize that, okay, Raphinha's not here just to be part. Like, he actually wants to be here and play for this club because this is the club of his dreams. For Raphinha, if you're the only Brazilian, when you wear that national team jersey and you start, because he starts pretty often, he's the only Brazilian player there that represents Barcelona, and Barcelona is a massive club for Brazil. So that's a huge. So this is like a huge opportunity for Raphinha to really make himself a household name in Brazilian football and in Barcelona. So for Dembele's sake, it's kind of like, well, in these 2 years, either I perform to my highest level or I'm going to be shipped out. And that's the reality of him. So
okay. Yes, quickly now, 6 on doors. Yes.
No. At the end of the day, this is the transfer window, right? This is where, as fans, we just need to use our imagination at the end of the day because we don't know anything for certain. So for me, this is what I envision for the starting lineup for Barcelona can be. Lewandowski in the middle. On the right, you have Dembele. On the left, you have Raphinha. The midfield three of Bernardo Silva, Pedri, and Busquets. Then you have a backline of Koulibaly. Then you have Jules Koundé as a right back. Then Araujo partner with and Jordi Alba. That's a nice team. That's a phenomenal team.
Well, but Xavi has to make them effective. Let me hit this door. So your boy Casey, who says fan-owned clubs teaching London thugs. Casey, just take the derby and everything. You don't have to start throwing shade at the legitimate UCL winners, man.
Did Laporte is still Todd B's credit card or something when they went after the restaurant?
Wing says, G-Man, KK, and Lingboy. Tad B is my slime. Sick gang. Okay, Wing. Thank you for that. Wing. Thank you.
Gonna catch a Rico charge.
Yeah, but Michael Beaufort, Raphinha was 5-1 odds to Barca in June. I put £55 on. Oh,
how much you got though?
Wait. So how much do you win, man? How much do you win? God damn. Rodrigo Rodgers, Chelsea signing all black players. Pep selling them. Look. I'm not going to say anything about Pep because people now accuse me of now insinuating that the man is a racist. So Pep, I love him. He's a lovely guy and so forth. All I'm saying is,
no, we got to talk about that video, HH. Because
look, I'm saying nothing. Casey, Raphinha is the Brazilian ZH with pace. He will flop. Ooh, okay. This comes from a Barca fan. Casey again. We are destroying our midfield for attack by selling De Jong and no Silva. We are going to be opened up so easy next season. I am scared as F. And also look, they're not going to get Silva. Aswin K. Chelsea giving 5-year contracts for a 31-year-old, bad business. But things have changed. Koulibaly is the kind of guy who can still be top in 36, 37. No, we'll get there. Namdi Nwajide, thank you for the dub. I understand Raphinha is good, but should Barca really have tried to sign him if they already have Dembele? Now, if Raphinha flops, they've wasted 60 mil. But as we explained, competition is good. Fly Gulag. Robin better than Bale and Neymar. Possibly, yeah, okay.
I mean,
That's not a crazy take.
It's not.
The thing is, I don't know. The problem is when I hear comments like that, it shows me like who really when you started watching football, because like people forget Robin, like from 2020 to 2015. Robin those 5 years he had, he was insane. Like
Robin was ridiculous. Like Robin is one of the most ridiculous players ever.
He was
Ridiculous.
top three right winger.
Yeah, and like
Easy.
by the way, but on that note, he's not better than Bale and Neymar. Yeah, he's crazy though.
Casey, I think he's Red. Thanks to LSG, average players are 60 mil now.
I mean, they're getting look.
PSG messed up the market. They messed up the market now.
PSG are being outbid by West Ham, so like David Moyes has more pull than them.
Okay, look, come on, let's write. So guys, okay, this saddens me. And Red, I'm coming to you first with this, man, because Red, this is sad, man. Red, I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah,
because see, Red, here's my thing. That's if going out bad was a person, it would be my goat here, Cristiano. Because my thing here is this guy literally is twerking for clubs. And Red, the reality is I blame his fans. I blame his fans because see, it doesn't matter who you are. Father time is father time. We all have a limited time here on earth. Time moves forward, it doesn't move backward. Time moves forward, it doesn't stand still. You are 37 years of age and you're going on to 38, and you play like a 37-year-old. So I believe that Cristiano still has delusions of grandeur. He is like, yeah, PSG, why would you want to sign a 37-year-old? But Red, here's the thing, though. If this was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, when Leonardo was still in charge, they would take him for sure. Scratch that. If Leonardo was still in charge right now, let's say PSG made like the semis, or let's say they made the final, and they lost only just in the final, they'd probably take it. PSG have made a dramatic shift in how they do business right now, and how they want to construct their team. And if you're Galtier and Luis Campos, you're like, I'm sorry, we are not taking a 37-year-old. Doesn't matter what you've done, who your legacy, what your name is, we are not taking on a 37-year-old specifically with the profile of a Cristiano. Simply doesn't work for what we're trying to do. And Red, this is why Cristiano, bro, I'm sorry. The biggest mistake he made was Red. You know what the biggest mistake he made? Red, show me that badge you're wearing, man.
Yeah. We both know it. We both know it. HH. We both know it.
Biggest mistake he made was leaving Real Madrid.
Here, like, let's go. Let's go.
Wait. What is that?
Is that a surfboard?
Is that a surf?
It's like a little surfboard with like a Real Madrid badge on it.
Now that's what I call fanship, man. That's what I call fanship, man.
No, you want to see? Do you want 1 second? Let me show you something.
Oh my god! Don't you dare show me Real Madrid underwear. Don't you dare show me underwear because
He's got CR7 underwear.
Please don't you dare show that.
An exclusive pair signed by the man himself.
Actually, do you think it's extra if you wear like your club's look? Oh my god!
Like if we're gonna like start like talking about that's France, like Madrid.
That's a nice jersey.
Oh,
that
pink one was nice. But the pink one was nice.
Oh shoot, dropped it. My bad.
That pink one was nice.
Out there, obviously,
Colombia. Oh, James. Okay.
Yep. I got Madrid 2017-18. I got like pretty much all 17-18. Bro, obviously. This one you have one. This
Yeah. I got the Zidane one.
Yeah, Madrid again 16-17.
Man.
Yeah, no. Atlético Nacional for Colombia as well.
Oh, okay.
The bet, remember the bet, HH? The Ajax 18-19.
Oh.
Remember this is when I lost the bet to you.
Because you had to wear the Ajax.
My first ever jersey, this one. Zidane with 06. Like, it doesn't fit me anymore. It's like small.
Oh, but I actually want that jersey. Wait. What year is that Madrid jersy?
13. This one's iconic Ronaldo. This is like 2012-13 Ronaldo when he scored that like assisted himself.
Yeah.
I actually have that jersey.
Worst season of all time, 18-19 Madrid.
Oh God.
Yeah. Have Ramos on the back too. That one's pretty
Oh
bad.
man.
The 16-17 jersey after the Club World Cup. I got another one with the badge.
Oh man.
16-17, obviously with Gareth Bale. This one I wore it so much you can see like it lost the crown.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Then obviously classic Ronaldo.
Oh,
2016 Euros.
Oh Lord.
Ronaldo 2018.
Oh man. Those are jerseys, man. Those are jerseys, man. But see, here's and this is what Red. I have to come to you, Red. Talk to me about Ronaldo. What's going on? Does he just have to accept that? Oh. Does he have to just accept Europa, or do you think he can actually find a club? Because what club is going to take him?
For Ronaldo, he's saying at United, he's not going anywhere. He's not like
one thing. He's trying to find it. He's trying to find somewhere.
I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I have not like when I see Eric Ten Hag come out and speak, he says Ronaldo's not going anywhere. All the reports from United in the camp.
That could be PR talk. That could be PR talk.
No, but like I'll be honest with you. If we're talking about PR, I think this is a pure PR move by PSG. I believe he probably did try to go to like Chelsea. I believe he did probably try to come back to Madrid, but I don't believe for a second that he wanted to go to PSG. That's just not something Ronaldo would do. Ronaldo would not go to a team where Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe are there. Like that's like we know how big Ronaldo's ego is. You think he's gonna go to be like just part to feed Mbappe and be part of Mbappe FC? That's not happening. And like PSG also have done this before. Like didn't you hear Zidane's rep came out when they said that or the reports 3 days ago where they said that PSG weren't serious about the bid to Zidane. They just made that move just so they could like say that Zidane rejected them for some reason. But like essentially what I'm saying is like
so basically you're saying that Cristiano is going to find a club that he just has because Mendes, his agent, is trying to twerk and sell him to other clubs. But my issue is that because you see, I'm stuck in 2 months because I really cannot envision Cristiano wasting a year. We know that these years are precious in the Europa League. But the issue though is that where the hell are you going to go? But it goes back to the original point. You should never have left to Real Madrid.
Yep. I mean, like
that was the biggest mistake he made.
You know what that Modric quote where he said the only way you go from Madrid is down. Like that's it. Like there's no like there is no next step after that. But like here's the thing, HH. Like let's be honest. Like you just said it yourself. He's 38, right? This guy is 38. The fact that we still talk about him as in major news is insane. Yeah. Because let's be honest, like let's go back to when he was 34 years old.
And also that's what's feeding him because he's like, if I'm 37, I just dropped 11 goals in the Premier League and so forth. I should be able to walk into any top team because I'm still that dude.
Yeah, and 80s, like the thing is like Ronaldo actually performed very, very. He was only outscored by Son and Salah, like that's it. And those guys were the Golden Boot winners. Like, and this is him at 38 for a weaker side. Like Ronaldo is. I don't think that, for example, necessarily that like obviously he can go to other. He probably has moved to other clubs. But Ronaldo just has certain demands that can't be met by other clubs. For me personally, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's staying at United from like till the end. He's even in all their ad promotions, so he has taken pictures. He is in plans for the next season. His shirts are marketed on United's website. Like I don't think he's going anywhere. I think it's just that Ronaldo just has that name where people use him during the summer transfer window because it generates clicks. He's been linked to everybody. Oh, Ronaldo, Lewis leaving leaving Bayern. Ronaldo to Bayern. Oh, Chelsea are looking for an attacker. Ronaldo to Bayern. Sorry, to Chelsea. Every time, like anything at all, they're linking Ronaldo to everybody. Like, there's no way. It doesn't make any sense because, like, especially if you're doing negotiations for an entire season and stuff like that, you're not going to sit and talk to 10, 15 different clubs in a month span. Like that takes time. Like the Juve move was decided when he moved from Madrid to Juve. That was decided in January.
But remember, Juventus, he moved to United. That was like the last few days of the window.
Yeah, no, but
the transfer window when he moved from Juve to Man United.
Yeah, but we all know why that happened because he was in talks with City, and United just got that deal done quickly, right? And also, United are a club with no planning whatsoever. They're ran like a clown show, like a circus. So like they like it doesn't matter. But any serious club like Chelsea, like so not Chelsea, but like I mean like Bayern and all these other clubs, like they typically are very meticulous in the way they move. Chelsea's a bit different right now because you guys went through ownership, so nobody knows exactly what's going on with you guys. But look, I know it's fun to come on here and shit on Ronaldo. I do see like I do see it often a lot where like people just like to come on and just like crack their jokes about like Ronaldo, whether it's like the allegations against him or how he's an egotist or a narcissist or whatever like that. Like But in reality, man, like if we want to judge based off the sport, the guy is an exceptional professional, and he really does like punch way above his weight all the time, and is underrated despite that. Like I remember when he was 34 years old when he went to Juve, right? We can go back to there's videos on your channel, which I remember. I can pull up the receipts. I can go find them where he was 3 games in without scoring a goal for Juve. 3. And you were making videos about how he's finished, how he should have never left Madrid. No. It's true. And then on his 4th game, he scored. In the span of 3 years, he scored 100+ goals for Juve, right? 100+ goals playing for that Juve side. Mind you, look at the teammates he had at Juve. Benatia is in Saudi Arabia. Bonucci's in America. Dybala is clubless. Nobody wants him. What else?
You mean Chiellini? You mean
Chiellini, sorry, he's in MLS. What's his name? Bernardeschi is who I meant as well. He's also in the MLS. Like the players he was playing with were pretty much bums, and he still delivered 100+ goals. He still scored. He still left, and he left Juve in the Champions League. Like he won 2 league titles. He won the Coppa Italia. He left them in the Premier League. Let's compare him to who's the closest player to Ronaldo? Messi, right? So just naturally, he's the only player that can actually compare him to. When he was at 34 years old, he went to a weaker league in Ligue 1, playing for a stronger team in PSG. And he couldn't do what Ronaldo did in his first season.
But nobody is denying what this guy has done and how amazing he is. The discussion right now is he's in a bit of a sticky situation because your club career, I think, has reached a limit because I don't think United are making top 4 next season. Even if they do it, it's going to be tough. So the reality for Cristiano is I don't know how you get back in the Champions League. Because it goes back to the thing I said. You stay at Real Madrid, you are guaranteed to increase that Champions League tally again and again.
Top 4 next season. I'm telling you this right now. This is exactly how it's going to play out. Not in any particular order. Top 4. It's going to be Liverpool, City, United, and Spurs. Those are the top 4.
Wait,
Chelsea,
hold on, Red.
You guys are not sniffing top 4. You're not sniffing top 4.
Red.
You're not.
Yeah, I agree with Red.
You're not.
I think Tom.
These are facts.
Thomas Tuchel's going to get sacked.
Tom Tuchel's getting sacked in probably November.
Is that guaranteed?
No. You just lost. Look. Let's be honest. Like you guys have N'Golo Kante. That guy, world class, elite talent, right? You have Kovacic, also great world class talent, like great, right? Jorginho, great in his position, among the best. Okay, solid midfield, but you just lost your entire defense. Aspi wants to leave. Rudiger's gone. Christensen's gone, and Alonso is going to be going. So who are you going to be able to replace the top?
Wait, hold up. Streets. Do the Streets agree with this talk of Chelsea will make top 4? Wait, Yasser, Ricardo, and Streets. Is this now like a thing that people are announcing that Chelsea are not going to make top 4?
I said this a few weeks ago. It's going to be City first, Liverpool second, Tottenham third, and I think Arsenal will probably come fourth.
Relax, Ricardo. See, no. What are you drinking? What is your drink of choice today?
Fruit punch.
Okay.
HH, be honest with me. How what did Chelsea change in their defense this season aside from letting players go? Who are you guys going with?
How many times do I have to say this? The transfer window ends in September. We have ages.
Okay. We're talking based off of right now. We're talking based off of right now as it stands.
No.
Chelsea,
Red, you can't do that. See, Red, we cannot assess someone's transfer thing when the transfer window hasn't ended. When it's ended, have it. If Chelsea have not bought any defenders and the transfer window is short,
who are you linked to right now?
My God in heaven.
Koulibaly. Right? Like let's just say Koulibaly signs for Chelsea. You think Koulibaly is enough?
Red, do you know that September is when this whole thing is? We have July. We have August. Let's say we're not linked to anybody now. Then we could be linked to someone next week, or in 2 weeks, or in 3 weeks, or a month, or in a month and 2 weeks.
The transfer ends for the moment the tournament
It's
starts.
not only that. The later it goes into the transfer window, the harder it is to acquire players because clubs are going to be reluctant to sell and find a replacement. So there's not going to be very much.
But HH, I mean, why do you see? This is the thing I don't like about HH. It's like I just look at the facts. Chelsea in 2020, 2021, they finished 4th, 1 point ahead of Leicester. Barely made it to top 4. That was the year you guys won the Champions League, by the way.
Yes. I'm not entertaining Chelsea fighting for top 4.
But HH, last season, you guys finished third with 74 points. And Tottenham was 3 points behind you guys. This is Tottenham and Arsenal. Tottenham that went through a managerial change. They had Nuno in the half the season. Harry Kane was a brick. Antonio Conte came mid-season, and you guys only finished 3 points ahead of Tottenham. Actually, this is the reality. Chelsea cannot attack. Their attack is trash. N'Golo Conte is literally, his body is literally giving up on him, and your whole back line is gone. And you literally...
But I want to bring this back to United and Christian. So yes, do you believe Cristiano stays? United can get top four, put him back in the UCL.
No, it's
because he's stuck at United. He's stuck here now.
And I wanted to come in when Red was talking because here is the thing that the situation that Ronaldo finds himself in is he's at one of the clubs that can afford his wages. That's just the reality of it. The Man United are one of the richest clubs in the world. We can afford to give him the wages that he wants and he demands. There's not a lot of clubs that can do that. Bayern Munich, they're struggling right now to keep their certain players because of their wage structure. That's just a reality. Like Barcelona, they have and then Real Madrid, La Liga has the wage cap, salary cap, what is something like that, right? Like isn't it? It's like a salary, yeah. So he's at the only place I can see him going to is Chelsea. That's the only place I can see him going to.
Who?
And because Chelsea, Ronaldo. Ronaldo. The only place I see him going to is Chelsea.
But
that's the only place.
He'd never do that. He'd never do that to United. He'd never do that. That's what I'm saying. That whole Ronaldo to Chelsea.
Why wouldn't he?
Based off his allegiance to United, he wouldn't do that.
Does he really? Is he really loyal to United, or was he loyal to Ferguson? Let's be honest.
Like it's not even look. Loyalty in football. Loyalty in football and in business just doesn't make sense. Like that's naive. That's just kids talking about. Like nobody cares. I promise you, these players don't care. Like these players only care about competing, making money.
I'll be real with you now. People say. I try to say to these sentimental fans that these are mercenaries. You're dealing with mechs. But people want to believe that, oh my gosh, you can't wear that jersey. Or yes, but you get paid to provide a service. And so you're literally a worker. You're not like, you don't work for the UN. You're not working for a charity. You're literally a mercenary. You're work for hire.
Literally, like the thing is like, look, if let's say I'm a Real Madrid fan, right? Like Ronaldo came to Real Madrid during his prime, won 4 Ballon d'Ors, won 4 CLs, was top scorer multiple seasons in the Champions League, gave us one of the greatest La Liga seasons of all time, actually the greatest La Liga season of all time in 2012. Like he did a ton for the club. If he decides right now in this final years to go to Barcelona, I don't care. He already gave me those beautiful moments. He already gave me those memories. He already gave that Ronaldo that left at the end of that season. It's done. That's it. That was the chapter. That's all we get from that. If you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, he went to Barcelona, how could he? He doesn't love Real Madrid. I don't care. Like I don't care if he loves Real Madrid. At the end of the day, we paid him. He delivered us a service. I was entertained.
But Red, people do care. People do care.
But Red, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you an honest question.
People do care.
I have this notion. I had this belief that no player is worth. I think there should always be a cap of 400,000. You should never pay 400,000 per week for any player.
Why not?
No player is worth that much.
It's called demand.
No.
It's not about being worth. It's called supply and demand. It's called supply and demand.
The reason why I say it is because it's been proven that you don't need that type of player to win anything. That's just a reality. Just look at the clubs that have won the Champions League. Tell me a player that's getting paid $1 million a week.
If a 25-year-old Messi exists, if a 25-year-old Messi is
what did they win? No. If
a 25-year-old Pique Messi is around and he says that I would only play for you for 600,000.
I'm not playing if though. I'm talking about right now. Messi is not worth the wages that he's getting. He's not worth it. That's my point. Neymar is not worth the wages he's getting.
I mean, no. Actually, I'll be honest with you.
Let's zero back in. My thing here is, so with where Cristiano is right now, so because his club career, it ends at United.
I think he'd probably go to Portugal. I think he
Yeah.
probably
I
gives
Also
think
it
because
to
of
he,
sports
Portugal.
Lisbon.
Yeah.
I think he'd rather go to MLS than Portugal.
No, I don't
Nah,
think
no
that. I
way,
don't
no
think
way.
like that. Because like to be honest with you,
MLS
no,
is possible.
no.
Marketing, bro.
Trust me, like Ronaldo, it's not. He's not swayed by money like that. Like obviously, like money is like a big factor for his
No, no,
business
no,
and
no,
all this
no,
stuff.
no, no, no,
But
not
HH,
money, marketing.
HH,
His
you know what? You know
brand.
when I'm reading the reports about Ronaldo wanting to leave United and all that stuff, apparently, according to the reports that say that he wants to leave, it's because he doesn't want his Champions League. He wants to extend his Champions League record. The only reason he's playing still in Europe right now is because he wants to extend his Champions League record. And also, he's on record talking down to players when he was saying, "Oh, I'm 36." When players are 36, they go to Qatar or America. Like he can't just go decide right now. Like Ronaldo, if you follow Ronaldo throughout his entire career, you know exactly what this man thinks. He's just a freak. He just wants to like constantly push his records further.
And he doesn't want to retire.
He doesn't want to retire. He's not going to stop. Like the guy's a monster. Like look at Ronaldo. Go back and look at Ronaldo. Like remember after we did the hangout last time when I talked about 2012 Ronaldo and somebody posted a video. You saw it? Did you watch that half-hour video? How insane he was.
No. I watched the 2012 Ronaldo video. I watched it.
Like he was like because he had everything: headers, free kicks, shots, all that stuff. But forget all about that. Look at his physique. Right, Ronaldo was stocky. He was muscular. You saw his neck was thicker. Like.
But because I want to just go to the point that you were just making. I actually do believe that because I think he's on 140 now, and I think Messi's on 125 in terms of all-time UCL goals. I know Cristiano's on 140, 100%. See, for me, I don't think that record is getting broken anytime soon.
It actually it's gonna get broken. They're adding.
How?
They keep adding more and more Champions League games. So someone like Haaland or Mbappe, they're gonna benefit off.
Not only that. Look, every. I remember when I was growing up.
But like, that's why he's so desperate to get in. Because he's like, bro, I need to at least retire on 160.
You of all people should know this because me and you are from an era where, like, because I know you remember the days where Ronaldo R9 was considered like the greatest player of all time. Zidane is up there too. When people would sit there and talk about like all these Brazilian players and how like nobody's gonna ever touch them, and like. And then out of nowhere, Messi and Ronaldo came out and shattered every record and made football just a mockery.
No. It's red. Look, see. No. Here's the thing. What Cristiano and Messi have done is something different. I have still never seen a player like R9. I've never seen a player quite like R9. Messi and Cristiano, they've done things in terms of record break and so forth. But in terms of technical football quality, I've never seen a player like Pick R9. I never have. And I'm not sure whether I ever will. In terms of what this guy was able to do at his peak, I've never seen a player like that. He's the best player I've ever seen.
Fair.
Someday there will be, man.
I mean, there's talent being produced every single day. That's why, like, when the whole Mbappe deal happened, like, I wasn't bothered by it, to be honest with you. I was more bothered by the people that like are using this as like a dub on Madrid. But like, I wasn't bothered by him not coming because there's always going to be another Mbappe.
But here's my question to you guys: is that do we see Cristiano back in the UCL before he retires?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So with who? With United or with another team?
Well, this is his last year at United.
Is it his last year at United?
I think he has 2 more years. Is this his last year?
No, this is his last official year, but he has a year. I think the club has a team option. Yeah, club has a year to extend.
Free my goat, man. Free my goat. He's in a
okay. Let's do a scenario. So let's say that they don't qualify for the UCL. They come to the top 4. What then happens?
Depends on United. It depends on United. Because if United exercise that player option, because the option's on the team, it's not on Ronaldo. I mean, he could very well say, okay, let me out now. But like I said, it's the same thing that happened with Pogba. Pogba could have left the year before, but United wanted to take that extra year. Will they do that for Ronaldo? That's a different story. But I mean, it's up.
In my general honest opinion, the perfect spot, the perfect place for him to go to, 110% is Bayern Munich. In Bayern Munich, he will get everything his heart desires.
But they hate players like Ronaldo. Like
that's my problem. They just won't pay him the wages.
It's not about the wages. They just don't like Germany. Like they don't have that superstar culture like in England and Spain do. Like they just don't like
so perfectly. Imagine Sane and Gnabry and what you call it, Sadio Mane, all of them giving them. They literally is geared towards Ronaldo.
I don't think football's that simple.
Ricardo, if you want a team that's literally geared towards feeding the beast,
it's no, but yes, you're ignoring Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann is a manager who has a specific way of playing.
The guy you play with Paulson.
But you want to ask an uncomfortable question? You want to ask an uncomfortable question?
Okay.
Who would be better? Who would be better for Nagelsmann's system? Timo Werner or
Relax,
Cristiano Ronaldo?
but meet your mic, man.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
No,
easily.
Bro. There's no.
It's ready.
I'm not saying that Cristiano Ronaldo is horrendous. I'm just saying for what Nagelsmann wants.
Whatever his name is, Paulson, whatever. You call him a brick. You call him a brick.
Like you can't just say, oh, ban. The game has changed right now. We've moved away from individuals and now it's down to systems and managers. So for Nagelsmann, I have a specific way of what are Bayern guys even saying about Lewandowski? Lewandowski doesn't really fit into what Nagelsmann wants. So my thing is that at the end of the day, we know Cristiano is an amazing goal scorer. He has crazy off-the-ball movements, but he can't score.
Who's Nagelsmann,
he doesn't have
though?
the freaking
He's a child. The guy is, what,
he's the
22
manager.
years old.
He's the manager.
This is Ronaldo.
And also Bayern are not the kind of clubs but like, oh my gosh, Cristiano, come. They're not
so wait, HH. I just looked it up. So Timo Werner has 23 goals in his entire Chelsea career. So you mean tell me Ronaldo in 1 year was able to outscore Timo Werner in 2 years at the age of 38 or 37? Because again, guys, like people keep comparing Ronaldo as if he's normal. Like, guys, he's 37 and doing everything that he's doing. Like, this is insane.
But Red, here's the thing, though. You see this thing. Then why aren't teams jumping out to try to get Cristiano?
He's better than Choupo-Moting.
Because HH, like, here's the thing. Like, there's a ton of factors. One, you have wages. Two, you have accommodation. Like for when you have a player of that caliber, of that size, it's not easy. Like, look at, for example, PSG. They bought Messi. He's way too big for them. Messi's fan base, Messi's fan base run that club now. They run that club. If you go on any social media,
PSG could. Wages are not a factor for PSG, so they could easily afford Cristiano, his wages, and so forth. So
there's more than just the wages.
So them saying no to Cristiano isn't about his wages. It's kind of about the wages.
But Red, follow my train of thought. I understand what you're saying about Bayern Munich. I understand what you're saying about the German culture. They don't want players like that. But think about this. Just think about it. Premier League. Very exposed, La Liga exposed. Bundesliga is a little bit struggling out here. Imagine if you include a Cristiano Ronaldo in the Bundesliga. What would the compounding effect by having Cristiano Ronaldo playing the Bundesliga, having every club in the Bundesliga? Do you think? I think that would be a good thing for German football. Think about it.
Nobody's gonna watch.
No, but then.
Okay. Ronaldo plays.
No, Ricardo, chill out, relax. Drink your fruit punch.
Yes, why do you have an accent now?
My bad. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but think about it, guys. Think about it. Because I've heard reports that came out that the Bundesliga, the owners and all, they're talking about how to reform the Bundesliga in a way to make it look a little bit entertaining. They propose different things. Guys, I'm telling you, having a player like Cristiano Ronaldo at the Bundesliga, especially if it is a major if a Lewandowski does leave, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the German clubs will actually go for it because at the end of the day, this is one. I understand 1 + 1 does not equal 2, but the Bundesliga needs exposure.
Can they? No, wait. Yes, do you think Dortmund or Leipzig can afford Cristiano's wages?
No, but then Bayern, I think maybe Bayern.
Honestly, Bayern can't afford his wages. Bayern can't afford his wages.
They got a big little sack.
The best location for Ronaldo, honestly, my ideal, and I wish he would go to this club is Napoli. Like I want Ronaldo. Like I don't want him to go to any big clubs anymore. Like I'm not even kidding. Like I don't want that because like I prefer if you go to like a B tier club or a C tier club, right? And then just like. Because over there the expectations are more managed, right? Yeah. And he could start like a whole new legacy for himself. I feel like that would be like a good like final like last dance for him, where he could do something like that.
Can I go on this?
Yeah, go for it.
So, well, it's like I see what Red and Yasir are saying, but I think there's an intrinsic problem with the way they're viewing it. The way I'm seeing it, I'm trying to put it into perspective of top clubs. I mean, whether you consider PSG a top club, but Bayern Munich, Chelsea. Are you buying? I feel like Ronaldo at this stage of his career, and this goes along with like a lot of players, but with Ronaldo in specific, he's living off reputation at this point. Because that Juventus bought him because, great Champions League player. They almost sold it off as like he can guarantee you a Champions League.
I mean,
now,
he did
whether
do
or
his
not,
part. He did do his part.
No, of course, but I'm just saying the way it was magnified. Because let's not get it twisted. Let's not act like his fan base, and this is a huge problem. I think his fan base. I'm not saying like particularly Real Madrid, like the ones who will.
But how is that his fault though?
Can you let me land?
Wait, let me land.
They championed Ronaldo, be like, oh, Juve instant contenders. He carried Real Madrid because he scored all those goals. It didn't work out with Juventus. Okay, that's fine. It progressively got worse every single year, but his fans still championed him as like guaranteed Champions League with this guy. Like, if you want to win a champion, you got to get this guy. And I still see his fans to this day say, well, if PSG want to win the Champions League, they got to get Ronaldo. And this is probably the case with when he went from Juventus to Manchester. Maybe now they can compete for the Premier League title. It's like, this is what I'm saying. The man, to a degree, he is living off his reputation.
But Ricardo, quick question. I just want to ask you a quick question. Last season, based off of last season, who had a better season, Ronaldo or Messi?
But what are you judging?
No. Based off like you, in your honest opinion, like whatever metric you have to judge which player is better.
If I'm judging based on football, I'll say Messi.
You think Messi had a better season than
Okay,
Ronaldo?
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Before the Tottenham game, this guy only had 11 goals. He went like 2 months without scoring a goal.
Yeah, and Messi went like a whole year, bro. Like
you're dumbing Messi's game right down to goals. Ronaldo at this stage, at his career,
no, you can't do that, Ricardo. Like,
okay,
bro, like, come on, you can't do that, Ricardo.
No, because like here's the thing. You're saying he lives off of reputation, but in my opinion, to be honest with you,
Messi's living off reputation.
Out of all the teams, like Juve played Villarreal, Bayern played Villarreal, and Manchester United played Villarreal. Out of all the teams that played them, Ronaldo played the best out of all those players. Like, and he actually put multiple goals behind them. Even, but like Real Madrid couldn't even put goals behind that Villarreal.
No.
The problem is that.
But Red, sorry, I'll come to Ricardo. But Red,
no, but one second.
Hold on. But this is the point that Ricardo is making. You're missing the point that Ricardo is making. The point he's making is football is far more complicated. What was sold was, Cristiano carried Real Madrid to those Champions Leagues. Because he carried them, if he gets them, he will win. But we now saw this past season that no, because we saw Real Madrid with a much older team and younger team win the UCL without Cristiano. So Juve bought into this myth that one guy can pretty much carry you to a trophy. Where no, one guy can be important. You need to build a team around you. What we saw from Real Madrid was that, of course, Cristiano was important, but without Modric, without Ramos, without Marcelo, without Carvajal, without Benzema, they don't sniff it. So the problem is, what you now have is, with the Juve move and the United move, it's almost a thing of a victim of your own success. Because when you look at those 18 goals, you're like, wow, amazing. 18 goals, where did United finish? United had their worst points total in the Premier League history. So as good as those 18 goals were, that was only good for Cristiano. So if I'm a team, I'm looking at it and saying, okay, are you going to make my team better? Or are you just going to score a whole bunch of goals?
No. HH. Come on. We're not. Look.
But
This discussion only happens, HH, with Cristiano Ronaldo. I've never seen. Right? One second. Yeah. I've never seen people criticize the player that is scoring, and not the players that aren't. So how are you going to say that Ronaldo? Like, first of all, a player, if he can make a team better, that's on the manager and the management on how they implement what the plan they have. Because a player is ultimately just one guy, part of an 11-team squad or a 22-man squad. So to put it all on one player, that is false. Also,
no. But I'm not blaming Ronaldo here, because guys when I start typing up like an anti-Ronaldo guy. But all I'm saying is that there's obviously. This is hold up. This isn't about Ronaldo. You're the reason why United finished sixth. It's about, forget about blame. A guy scores 18 goals, is in top 5 goal scoring, but we finished sixth. There's something is wrong there.
Yeah, what's
something
the key?
footballing wise is wrong there.
Yeah, but
in terms of how a guy can score so many goals and the team can have such a bad points total. It's not about blaming anybody.
Can I just go back? I'm not saying Ronaldo had for me personally, both Messi and Ronaldo had really, like, when you put their season to perspective, it's easier to say Messi had a shit season, and I understand why people would say
he had a very bad season. His fans are in denial, and they're calling me a dick rider. But you guys are lying to yourselves, guys.
Bro, but the reality is that calling Ronaldo a great season, just because it's 18 goals, we have to ask how many of those goals did he score against particular teams. He scored like 4 against Tottenham, 3 against Arsenal, I believe, or is it 4 against Norwich?
But what telling me out of
okay.
Well, you're not. It's not about comparison. Yes,
but just to show you guys, Ricardo, because I see what you're saying. Your criticisms are very valid. My problem is not with your criticism; it's with the lack of consistency in using that criticism. Because if we're going to talk about that, like 6 of Messi's assists came against Etienne, which got relegated.
No, for sure.
3 of his goals were during the actual campaign, and the other 3 came after they already won the league title. Messi in the Classique, he did nothing. He was a zero on the left.
I'm not saying
Messi. One second.
Spectacular the whole
Messi
season.
in the Champions League when he went against Real Madrid, he literally missed the penalty versus Real Madrid, a penalty that would have kept them equal in the game. It would have finished 3-3, but he missed it. Like, one second. No. One second. I'm just saying.
The whole duking thing here. Of course, we know that Messi will say himself that of course he had a fully disappointed season. Of course he did. So, but I don't want to even delve into this whole Ronaldo.
Can I land with my point? The reason why I'm saying all of this is because Ricardo's saying that Ronaldo is relying on his reputation. I mean, Messi had a worse season, but for some reason people think he's better because of his reputation of what he used to do at Barca. When in reality, for Paris,
I never said that Messi wasn't in the same context. I never said that. You can say justifiably that Messi is relying on his reputation based on what he did at Barcelona, because that's not the
that is what I wanted to hear. That is literally that's all. I want to hear.
But I don't understand why, because I say Ronaldo's relying on reputation.
But Ricardo,
we're talking about Ronaldo here. This has nothing to do with Messi.
But Ricardo, it's not only about you though.
The only reason I brought up Messi is because no player active or probably retired at this moment is comparable to him aside from Messi. They're the only 2 players in that contetext that are 30 plus that have the insane legacy. That's
for
the only reason
scoring.
why.
No, Red for goal scoring. Not football goal scoring. Be clear. That's for goal scoring.
Guys,
true.
The thing is, we're 4 people, right? We're 4 people and in 4 different views, right? The thing is, and then I also side with what Red is saying. It's what Ricardo is saying along with what HH is saying. Because HH, you also did mention earlier, Ronaldo is there was a notion that you could put Ronaldo in any team to win the Champions League and all that stuff. HH, like, tell me a player: Messi, Ronaldo, Zidane, Cafu, Nesta, Maldini. Tell me a player that that won anything by himself.
But
Juve
But that's the problem. Ricardo, hold on, one second, guys. Give me a second, lad.
He isn't feeding off of it.
But the guys, let's be honest. We analyze that Juve team because this is the half of football hard for a reason. We analyze that Juve team. We looked at that midfield. We said that this is a disgrace.
I mean, you guys saw what happened.
That's what you guys were saying. When he moved to Juventus, guys really believed and bought the notion of, man, this guy's going to drive him through. This is just after 2018.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. That's generally, come on, let's be honest. We're 4 grown men here. That's generally stupid. That's the same idea that Barcelona had that thought that Messi is going to win them the Champions League by himself. Last time Messi won the Champions League was literally the last year Xavi played at Barcelona. The moment Xavi retired, even though he played a limited role, and Rakitic covered him, that moment was the last time Messi ever sniffed the Champions League final. Messi since then is just common sense, guys, that you cannot do this by yourself. No matter how great you are, you have to have help.
That's obvious, but the point is that his fans made it a thing. And like, look, I have family members that are Real Madrid fans, and they got tired. To them, a portion of them winning the Champions League was to kill that narrative. Because I could imagine that as a fan, that your whole success relies on one player, and then when you win the Champions League without that player, it's a big stress reliever. Be like,
Oh,
okay,
for sure.
because
Like it's completely destroys that
I
emotion.
mean, Ricardo, how does that make any sense?
I mean,
how many Real Madrid?
But
How many?
here's the thing.
No, wait,
But
one second,
Ricardo, one second, guys. I just want real quick because here's the problem, Ricardo. Is like when you're ever having like these kind of discussions or debates, it's you have to make sure to like remember that you're talking about the player and not his fans. Because like I could say the same.
No,
I've seen.
sure.
I'm not even kidding because like I know Ronaldo fans are way too overboard because I've dealt with them myself. When Modric won the Ballon d'Or justifiably because he was the best player in the world in 2018 and he deserved that Ballon d'Or 100%. To all those Ronaldo fanboys that say otherwise, I know I've dealt with those fans, but at the same time, man, like I really do feel like Messi's fandom is just a little because these guys literally call him God. Like at one point, like Ronaldo fans, they call him the GOAT, which I think is a stretch.
Red don't you
it goes both ways.
They're exactly the same.
Terrible.
Exactly. No,
exactly.
No. Exactly. But that's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. But when I'm discussing about Messi, I swear I've never really talked about Messi. Whenever I'm anything that I'm saying about Messi right now, I'm just saying what he did last season. I'm not hating on him. I wouldn't deny the fact that Messi is La Liga's greatest ever player.
But the issue here is that this is not about Messi. Forget Messi. This is about Ronaldo.
Yeah, it was not about.
And the notion is how I started by saying is that he's at this position right now, and he is going to regret leaving Real Madrid.
Yeah,
he should have never left Real Madrid.
You know what?
Because the moment he left Real Madrid, you put yourself in a very weird position because first of all, bad move leaving Real Madrid. Bad move leaving Juventus. Because let's be real, what he wants is to constantly be in that UCL to add to the goals record and to potentially get like his sixth UCL.
I would disagree that. I mean, yes, you could say that the worst decision he ever made was leaving Real Madrid, but you can also say it was a great decision to leave Real Madrid. One, because I can never knock a man for taking a challenge, and he wanted to do something with Juventus. I'll give him credit. But at the same time, why I think that him leaving Real Madrid was a good thing was because it ended on the three-peat. Like this is not a situation where like it's a sad decline. You respect him a lot, but you kind of have to try to kick him out because he's starting to become a burden on the team. There's young guys who want to come up. Like if Ronaldo had stayed, do we get this Benzema season? No. Do we get Vinicius, developing into the player he is? Probably not. So it's like I think he left at a good time. Could they have won a 4-peat? Maybe. Who knows? But at the end of the day, he left on a 3-peat.
One thing I would say, HH, is like, and again, I just reiterate what Red said, guys, we're football fans here. We're not like these crazy fanatics are Messi and Ronaldo fans. Those guys are crazy, HH. They're not normal. They're not normal. But then also, and I'm going to speak on both. I know this is about Ronaldo, but I speak on both. We also have to give credit to both, like what Messi has done for Barcelona and what Ronaldo did for in his time at Real Madrid. We had to give them credit for it. At the end of the day, I've always said that this is a team sport. Without MSN, Messi would not have won that Champions League. That's a general fact. Without that amazing 2011 Barcelona team, Messi would not have won the Champions League. And you can say the same thing about without Modric and prime Carvajal and prime Marcelo and Casemiro and Kroos and Benzema and the beast mode, then Ronaldo would not have won it, yes. But at the same time, you got to give credit to both players individually when they've shown up at individual moments. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, honestly, look, I'm the only one who supports Barcelona here, but I've watched Barcelona before Messi was there. Like, sure, he's our club's greatest player, but the club existed before him and it was just after him. So, like, I don't care.
I mean, Ronaldo won 4 Champions Leagues.
There we go. How
many Champions League did Red? They're 15.
Whatever. That guy on HH is the reason why I love Barcelona, not Messi.
What was the number they won?
I will always say that's Dino over Messi. I will always say Dino over Messi for me personally.
Personally, what did you say yes here?
Is it 14 they won Real Madrid this year? There's a 14th Champions League, right? Yeah. Ronaldo has only won 4. Come on, guys. That's 14. That's 10 other Champions Leagues. Come on, guys.
Because I need to take your notes. But see, my thing here is that look, see, I think for this is my reality. Cristiano is terrified of retiring. I'm gonna save this tweet or this video. Cristiano will not voluntarily retire. Injury is going to retire him. I think that Cristiano is a guy that is so driven by records, legacy, and milestones. injury will force him to retire. He will not volunteer. I don't see Cristiano saying, okay, I've enough to retire. No. He will. His body will give up and he'll be forced to retire, because I just think this is a guy who's like, I have to maintain this UCL legacy. I have to be number one and maintain this thing, because I just have to have this legacy or this great thing for my brand and just for who he is as a personality. So, and I think that is why I really believe that he's like, bro, I have to get back in that UCL because I've got to increase on that 140. Because as Ricardo says, I don't think that 140 is getting broken. But if you're not saying they're going to be more and more games, Haaland is super young right now. If he really pops off, who knows? I still don't think so. I think that Cristiano ends on like 156, maybe. I don't think anybody's tops 156, man. I don't think anybody.
It's gonna happen. It's always records are meant to be broken. Records are meant to be broken.
Easy. Relax.
Just real quick.
These are special players.
Ricardo,
this is a special. Cristiano Messi, what they've done. I don't think we can see replicate.
There will always be special players. Maybe
but in a different sense.
Maybe.
Just on a side note, just because I see Suarez's name popping up, I'll be right back. But I just want to say real quick before you start, while you're reading the super chats, Benzema scored more goals versus the Premier League top 6 than Suarez has in his entire career, and one of them in the Premier League. So yeah, don't compare that bump to Benzema.
Okay. Shout out to your boy Shoga Adele came. I think for the dope. Ferran, Dembele, and Raphinha. Ferran, god damn, Connell rotates the left wing and right wing. Also, Ansu and Dembele are injury prone, so you need the added depth. Yeah, I said again, like whenever people buy guys, oh my gosh, he's buying this guy right now, blah blah. But it's like, no, you're buying for the future. You're not only buying for the future, you're buying to cover your ass. CYA, cover your ass. Injuries, suspensions, long-term injuries, and so forth. Hamza talks football. Thank you for the dog, man. Wasn't leaving Juve a mistake by Cristiano Ronaldo? Yes. It was 100%. Like, he should never have left Juve, because Juve, you are guaranteed to be in the UCL. You're always guaranteed. Cristiano, here's the thing, Ricardo. This is my thing. Mm-hmm. United finished second this season before he joined. Cristiano thought that at worst fourth. Not his wildest dreams that when he say, I'm joining a team who finished second, they're going to end up finish sixth. So he thought, oh, this is a safe move. So, and for me, I didn't see United finishing in sixth.
I personally thought they would actually make a run, like not run to the title. Like I definitely thought they would like third, worst case scenario fourth. But like
same.
I personally, I think it's a bad look if Ronaldo leaves United after this season. In my opinion, I think it's a bad look.
Casey, PR7 thinks he's Tom Cruise, more like Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth is an awful trash act, man. That's trash. Factos. Thank you for the door, Factors, man. Is it true that Barca are using Klarna to pay wages? Ricardo, is this true? Are using Klarna to pay wages?
What's Klarna? I don't know what that is.
I think it's some kind of voodoo oil.
I have no idea.
Tsapua Mutsama, thank you for the door, Tsapua. He should just ride out at United like what Zlatan is doing with Milan. Be the old senior figure in the dressing room. His legacy is already secured. The fans would love him more.
It's, to be honest, it's probably okay. Look, with Ronaldo, like I know, like Red like holds him to a higher regard. Which compared to Zlatan, yes, obviously I hold Ronaldo to a higher regard. But at the end of the day, like father time always wins. I think it's better for Ronaldo's case, to stay in the Premier League because it's. I mean, for majority of fans, or at least the social media, like it's viewed as the best league. So him staying in the best league and performing, whether it's consistently or not, the fact that he's just playing there, it actually serves him right.
But again, I don't know, but his focus is the Champions League.
Well, yeah.
I don't think he's that bothered with performing well in the Premier League. His focus, you watched the Juve documentary when they got knocked out by FC Porto, and the guy was pretty much virtually on tears. Yeah. His focus is build up that goals record. Maybe I can get a 60.
No, I think he will retire when Messi leaves European football.
Oh yeah, no,
probably like a year after or so.
I still feel that injury is going to retire. But see, back to the point. See, here's my thing though. He should be a senior figure there, but as Ricardo just made the point, Ricardo, maybe you're right. Maybe his tie isn't to United; is more to Fergie.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
So I think that's really no. Fergie was a father figure. It's not really United. It's really Fergie. So I have no allegiances to this United that is a completely different institution than the one that I left back in 2012. Sorry, no. Sorry, back in 2009. Sorry, 2009. Wingrella, oh Lord. A fan got mad because J5 signed his jersey. I think I saw a video apparently about that. Jorginho signed a jersey and someone got pissed, man. Shorty boy Alps. If Red is as passionate about Palestine as he's about CR7, Palestine would be a free country, right?
Okay,
man, that's disrespect. One sec. First of all, people who know me know how active I am for Palestine, and that's a very sensitive topic, bro.
Yeah,
free Palestine. Me and HH also have a 2-hour video speaking about Palestine.
No, Red. Let's not even address it.
Red, are you Palestinian?
No, I'm Syrian, but Palestine.
Syrian?
Yeah. Let's go. Okay, so Barry, thank you, Barry. Crushed, sad thing for the dog, Barry. Crushed, sad, and depressed to see my idol, role model, and savior, Pendu, doing his best Cardi B impression to every single club in Europe. Hates to see it. Look, man, I mean,
is he going to Chelsea really that wild take? I don't think it's that wild. Like, I genuinely think he could.
To be honest, honestly,
he's not going to get. But here's the thing, though, is that that's why this looks bad for Cristiano, because which teams are going to go out to retry to get him? Because I don't think any manager can find a place to fit a 37-year-old. Guys, keep in mind, a 37-year-old in their system. As great as you are, 37 is still 37.
HH, I cut you out, HH. I got you, HH. See, you don't have the same energy with Neymar. Who the hell wants Neymar? Who the hell was interested in Neymar?
We're not putting Neymar and Cristiano on the same level.
No, Neymar is a 30-year-old, and no one wants. PSG wants to get rid of him, but no one's interested in him.
The reasons are different. No. They don't want Neymar because of the drama and the sister baggage.
Okay.
It's not about football reasons. It's about the extra baggage and drama.
Talking about football, Neymar is irrelevant at 30 years old and in the footballing world. You know how sad that is, Itchy?
Yes, Neymar is still Neymar. Neymar is still Neymar.
If only Neymar had Ronaldo's mentality.
Shout out to boy Rico S. Throwing a curveball. What place will Newcastle finish this season and the next?
They ain't signed no one though.
I've got to see what they do in the transfer window. But if let's say they get all their targets.
They did have activity.
No. But
they signed Botman.
Oh yes, no. So if they get all their targets, I'm going to throw out. I'm going to say 7th or 8th, and the next season maybe 6th. So maybe this season I'll say 8th. Next season maybe 6th or 5th. Because I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on West Ham and thinking, but it's for me they're a long way from top 4.
You're so lucky. You're so lucky. Because apparently I just remembered Chelsea necessarily doesn't have to finish in the top 4 because apparently they're changing the format of the Champions League.
Oh.
So literally top 6.
Yes, I'm not celebrating 6. I'm not celebrating 6.
That's crazy.
Casey. PR7 dropped a bigger disaster class against Atleti.
Did he owns Atleti.
I mean, you could say that they lost the game, so you could say anything really.
Aswin K, no logic, just Ronaldo agenda. Salah is the best Premier League player. 2 open goals since January.
Yeah, nobody said Ronaldo's the best Premier League player. We're just saying that he delivered for his part. If you have a player that's scoring 18 goals, that's not the problem. The players that are not scoring are the problem, and you have to find out why that is. And you can't just say, "Oh, it's because his presence." You're just making excuses for other players. Because Martial wasn't really banging goals in 2021 either. In 2020 he had a good season, but 2019 he was nowhere. So why don't we discuss Martial and how he went to Sevilla, and the owners of Sevilla said that it was a disaster of a transfer. So was Ronaldo the problem that Martial didn't succeed at Sevilla?
Wait, let me just go. So Ganzo. Thank you for the Ganzo. Can we stop blaming CR7 for his fanboys? Fanboys are pathetic by nature, and attacking CR7 for his fanboys is weird. Attack the delusional fanboys. I have never attacked Cristiano. Anybody that does this is an idiot. I attack those fanboys. And again, Cristiano has nothing to do with the fanboys.
But if it's a footballing channel, then why not let's just talk about football and just ignore the fanboys? I really think that is the best way for discourse. I ignore it all the time. I literally every time.
I've watched MMA, boxing. I'm starting to get into F1, football, basketball, and the Messi Ronaldo fanboys are by far the worst.
No. The worst is LeBron fans.
15 years.
LeBron fans are LeBron fans are HH. You say LeBron. I don't like his hair.
I don't even like LeBron, bro. I don't even like LeBron.
No. This is grown men. In real life,
the way I've been attacked for saying that Cristiano.
This is Twitter.
No.
This is real life. I seen grown men fight each other because LeBron James fight with kids.
No, but but it's not like Messi, Ronaldo.
No,
Casey, let's go to Casey. PR7 missing sitters against bottom half teams in December to February cost Manny the top 4. He just stats padded when there was nothing to fight for. He is 100% to blame.
Okay, bro, sure. If that's honestly your analysis out of it, and you're saying that if United right now, because based off of your theory, if United were to just remove Ronaldo, they are title contenders. That's it. That would solve all their problems. Maybe. It was his fault for missing sitters. Maybe. What about? You're not going to talk about the matches because they lost. They didn't win a single game without Ronaldo. That is actually a fact. Not a single game United played without Ronaldo. They didn't win a single one. No, that's not the reason they missed out on top 4.
Ganzo, team needs to be built around CR7 as he's just a poacher now. And how many teams will do that for a 38-year-old? In my opinion, stay at United as a team is used to. This is great to dub. Systems right now, everybody has to play their parts. How many teams are built fully around one play? Look at PSG. The issue that Messi is having is because this team is built around you. You have to cater for Mbappe, cater for Neymar. So no top elite team is going to build their team around a 38-year-old. You're not doing that.
That's why I said Napoli. Napoli. He has to go to like a C tier, B tier club. If he goes there,
is he going to do that? Would he do that? I'm not sure.
That's the thing. I really wish he would, because when I saw the link to Napoli, I was like, that is the perfect move. That's it.
Casey, laugh out loud. Messi puts goals past City and Leipzig in the UCL group. Yeah, but he also missed a penalty as well. So.
Yeah, no, he was great in the group stage. And that goal that he had against City is pretty much top 5 UCL goals this season. Like probably top 3 even. Yeah. It was a great goal. Like
Casey, CR7 and Giroud and Di Maria and Zlatan equals 109 years. Retirement A. I don't care when anyone says, guys, I'm watching Juve. Juve this season is going to be hot. Di Maria and Pogba. Amazing.
Serie A might be the most competitive league.
Yeah.
Bro, Serie I think is going to be the most.
It depends what Barcelona do as well.
So
if Barcelona do the thing,
so it's going to be a two-horse race, man. It's going to be Milan, Inter, Juve.
QC8, both ghosts, Lionel Messi, crucial penalty miss, CR7, 0 shots in 2 legs.
Do you guys remember when Messi missed a penalty simultaneously? Ronaldo scored.
Oh yeah. That was
amazing. If we want to have a smooth transition to this topic, bro, Courtois is like, what a comeback! One of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen by an athlete. Probably, like, the thing is, it can't be in football because Ronaldo coming back from his knee injury is probably the greatest comeback in sporting history. But Courtois, like, because if you remember his 18-19 season, like, especially like, bro, he was getting like 3 goals put past him in the Bernabeu against Moscow. He was like,
Courtois was always that good though.
It was so bad.
Let me just so David T and then we'll go with David T. Oh, remove that crap from the brackets, man. I don't want to see that crap. Bangkok. Okay. HH went through all stages of grief with Ra, but I think you lot will get Koulibaly, and I'm happy for you. 10 out of 10. Hag waters a is that his new name? Treble loading. David T, you should be ashamed of yourself.
10 out of 10.
That's disgusting. Okay, guys, let's celebrate. Guys, let's celebrate.
What is it, the Koulibaly? I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a shit. Actually,
Ricardo, don't sit there. Ricardo, sit yourself down. Take a shot on that chair if you have to, man.
Why this picture? Why this picture?
Khalid.
This is a horrible picture.
Khalid.
Get the man with the beard, man.
No. I'm old school. I'm old school. Guys, look, see. I'm happy. Quality defender. Now, this is the only thing I'll say. Super happy. Great defender. Still good. Is this move too late? Has he missed his peak? Because about 3 years ago, Koulibaly was one of the best defenders in the world. And when he tried to make the move, for some reason, it's happened because Napoli wanted to keep him. But on the flip side, defenders play a lot old into the era. So really, for defenders, the age is a lot more different. So you could be actually peak when you're 31, 32, 33. Like Cannavaro was like in his 32 or 33 at the 06 World Cup. So I'm fine with the age. 5-year contract. I think this is great. For me, I feel that he's better than Rudiger. He's way better than that Bomas Christensen. And I think him partnered with, if we go to a back 4, back 3 cool, but if we go to a back 4 and it's him and Tegucigalpa, that's good. That's good. So for me, this is a damn good signing. I just hope that we can still get the best of Khalidou. That's just all I hope for, that we're still getting his best years. Ricardo, talk to me, man. Khalidou, man.
I think it's a great signing, especially after you guys pretty much lost your entire defense. That's kind of the priority, and there was probably no better center back in the market or now that was available. Is the move too late? I mean, yeah, obviously the guy's like what, 31, I believe, 30, 31. I mean, he's been linked to top clubs for quite a while. Because I remember like Barcelona was linked to him like 4 years ago, and he was like 26. Didn't happen. Maybe I respect him for being loyal to Napoli, because it's very
no, Ricardo, stop. No, Ricardo, I'm gonna stop it there. Loyalty is overrated, man.
No, but like you think, like, he could have left. He could have left at 26.
Then leave.
But he didn't. I mean, you can't. You're not the person. Like, who knows how Koulibaly must have felt representing Napoli? Maybe one thing is about Italians. I mean, players have spoken about the football culture in Italy. Like, these guys get revered as gods, like on a day-to-day basis. It's like, if you're a human and you're getting special treatment everywhere you go in the city that you represent, bro, that feeling must be unmatched. So I can't blame him for staying in Naples for the time he stayed. But maybe he's realizing, like, this is my last opportunity. This is my last opportunity to play at a top club, make extraordinary money. I mean, he's 31. Who knows if he gets one bad injury, that's it for him. He has to kind of secure that last contract, and Chelsea maybe is that club. And I think it's a great signing for him. I don't think it's bad. I think for Chelsea it's a good signing. I don't know about giving him 4 years from the club perspective. I think that's a bit excessive. Like, I mean, defenders do tend to age far more gracefully, though. But at the end of the day, when you're in your 30s, you're one injury away from pretty much being a top footballer. I think from Koulibaly's perspective, getting a 5-year contract is he probably didn't even hesitate to sign the.
For sure.
But for Chelsea, I don't know, because not every defender can age like Thiago Silva, for example. So I mean, we'll see what it is, but I think overall it's a good signing in my opinion.
So before it comes to yes, guys, remember, drop that like button, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, hit that like button, hit that like button. Let's get those likes up. Please hit the like button. Yes, yeah. Khalidou. Actually, no. Like, no. Let me not give him a nickname, because we all know what happens to him.
No. What is it?
What is it?
His name is Koulibaly.
The Bali.
Khalidou Jeremiah Koulibaly, first of his name.
That one video where the like that there's just two kids, right? And I think it's they're either their kids, grandfather or their dad. But then they on the screen they have like a video of them. It looks like they broke the TV. Comes in and it's like a meme, but it goes like, God damn, and it goes like that, and it starts going cussing, all that stuff. That's how I feel when I heard this news. HH, can you share what I just sent you on your DMs?
Oh God, what did he send me on my DMs?
HH, for me, I rate this guy. Koulibaly is that dude. If you guys get him, I will be so salty, HH. I love Koulibaly. So
now, you see, yes, yeah. I'm sorry, because do you know the person that you quoted? I have them blocked.
Oh, you do?
I have them muted. I have them muted.
Why do you have Demarcio blocked?
No, wait. No, Transfer News Live.
Oh,
these clowns.
HH, I pray. Koulibaly, just listen. Pick up the phone from Laporta. Just wait. Wait.
No.
The money is coming.
Yes. Why do you want to see me in pain even more?
HH,
you just saw how I lost my Brazilian superstar, who I was about to buy a jersey for. I wanted to now lose on Koulibaly.
Okay.
Yes, what?
Okay.
Yes, why? For what reason?
HH, if you do lose Koulibaly, please don't blame it on me, okay? Please, I beg you.
If we lose Koulibaly, you're banned for 2 months from this channel.
HH, apparently the Barcelona are doing a deal with Jules Koundé, where Memphis Depay is going the other way. So they're getting him for like 35 mil or something like that. If they get him and Koulibaly, I don't want Chelsea to get Koulibaly, because it's not fair. You lost Rudiger. You need to suffer for losing Rudiger. You need to suffer.
Yes, we don't have a defense.
HH,
First, we need to defend it now. Now, yes, now now this is a top defender. Like, first of all, any defender is great right now because, bro, I'd have taken Koundé. But here's I told you, that's why you sometimes wait. People were talking for Koundé. I never rated Koundé. I said, Koundé, why are you guys rating for me? Koulibaly, this is way better than Koundé. Way better. Way better.
Man, for me, I was like, and the whole
quality,
Napoli
composed
thing,
on the ball, good on the ball, can bring the ball out from the back, reads the game so supremely well, really makes a mistake, great 1v1. And imagine him partnered with Thiago Silva.
Yeah. And actually, it's a quality signing. And the thing is, I always used to talk shit behind his back because I used to call him an idiot. I used to call him, I'm like, bro, why are you staying in Napoli? Like, he is so much better than Napoli. It never made sense.
See, that's where
it never made sense.
This is where I disagree with Ricardo. I'm probably bringing right here is that I don't give a damn how many freebies you get and so forth. Loyalty is overrated. You're a mercenary. In club football, you do for self. Now, international. That's why international is realer. Guys, you may not like this. Club football, it's fake. It's employment. You're mercenaries. The World Cup, Nations Cup, Copa America, that's real. That's culture. That's history.
But
so forth. You're a mercenary.
Yeah.
Because, Pele said it beautifully. Pele said that one season, you're casing one badge. Next season, you're casing another badge. There is no loyalty in club football.
I never understood it.
Get your ass out of Napoli, mates.
1,000%. It makes sense. Look, Napoli lost Sarri. They lost what is we call it, Jorginho. They lost the guy that went to Everton. The guy that went to Everton, what's his name? Alan. Alan. And she's just like, and I was looking at the Koulibaly. I'm like, bro, you're still there? Koulibaly is one of those people that
but yes, that's how much. That is how much they valued him. Because for me, I told you, Jorginho is overrated. That guy is a complete bomb. Alan, he had and so forth. But Koulibaly, this is we can't lose him. Because I told you, when was Jorginho ever the best guy playing his position? When was Alan ever the best player in his position? At a point, there's been a good 2 years where Koulibaly was at least top 3, top 4 defenders in the world. So now people were like, you ain't losing homeboy.
That being said,
Jorginho was changed as well, COVID.
That's true.
People losing money.
Yeah. Actually, that being said, Napoli took a fat L from Koulibaly. At one point, I think Man City offered like 80 mil or something crazy like that for Koulibaly. Now apparently he's going for what, 40 mil? That's a major L, HH. That's a major L.
Wait, let me bring in Red. Red, talk to man. Koulibaly.
I don't know, man. There's really no other topics. Like, this is it. We're having a defender going to like a possibly 5th place club.
Red.
Red. HH, I'm being honest with you, HH. Like, look. Koulibaly's not. He's not the answer, HH. It's good, but it's not the answer.
Welcome back, Red. Welcome back.
No,
I'm sorry.
Red. First of all, Red. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. That's the first thing. Watch your mouth. Second of all, watch your mouth. Second of all, watch your mouth.
Look. In 2017, HH, I swear to God, I'd be like, yo, this is huge. But HH is like 5 years too late. Like, I really don't care anymore.
He just watched the AFCON. He's still good. Red, are you telling me that Koulibaly is still not a top defender?
He is, HH. He is.
Red, you can't name me 5 central defenders better than Koulibaly.
It's not, but HH. But I'll be honest with you, HH. I'll be honest with you. It's. I'm looking at it like, what would it do for Chelsea? It's not about like, yes, he's great with Thiago Silva. He's great, but like, you guys are already going in for Nathan Ake as well, which I think is probably a better player you'd want to probably develop. He is an academy player. He's been in the Premier League for a couple of seasons. Like, he's gonna mesh well into the team. He's gonna help you throughout a league campaign and get you closer to a title. Koulibaly, yes, he's going to be good. I think you can maximize like for a couple 2 or 3 seasons, possibly, if everything goes well. You could get something out of him, but like we're talking, is he going to bring you closer to the league title? I don't want to hear top 4. If it's top 4, I don't want to have a discussion. We're not going to have what if discussions about top 4.
We're building. We're building. We start from the back. We start. No. Red. We start from the back because, Red, we need to bolster defense. We lost Christensen, we lost Rudiger, and we're about to lose Azpilicueta as well, who says he wants to now join. So we need to now bolster the defense. Then we're going to bolster the midfield. Then we now have to find the attackers after losing Raphinha. But, Red, Baby steps, man. Red, come on. This is a good. This is a
look,
good step in the right direction. Come
I
on.
know. It's just because look, I saw that the other guys were praising this one, and so I was like, let me just bring some balance just to see a different perspective. I do think Koulibaly is good, but
we don't need balance. We just need we need unbalance in positivity.
No. Everything I said was true. I just bringing it to your attention because look. Let's be honest. This past season, aside from in AFCON, which I rate highly, he really has been pretty much absent. Like Napoli as a whole have kind of fallen off for the past 2-3 seasons, and he has he's not as highly rated as he once was. Because I remember 2017 and 2018, he was really he was amongst. You can put him in a top 3 discussion in the world. He was fantastic, but but recently he has actually fallen off. And it's not and not say this is a bad buy for Chelsea. I definitely think on the market, you're absolutely right. I don't think there's a better option than him on the market right now. Not with his experience and with his ability. So no, it's a good buy. It's just that I think for Chelsea, man, you guys, you can't be just happy with this.
Red,
get this done.
I never said I'm happy. I'm said that's okay. This is step in the right direction. Red, okay, again, I'm under no illusions. If Chelsea start the season and all we have is Koulibaly, then I'm not watching football next season. I'm going to go into hibernation until November 21st when the World Cup starts. Mm-hmm. So my hope is that Chelsea will rip. I'm under no illusions. Chelsea, we need to buy because we cannot go into next season with that. Because I've seen what Tottenham have done. I've seen what freaking Man City have done. The less said about Charles Darwin, the better. But Liverpool are still Liverpool. But so I know at Chelsea we have to buy. So Red, but my only hope I'm holding on to is there is still a long way to go in the transfer window, and Toddby is being extremely active. He's been extremely active.
He has. He's been pursuing a lot of because when I'm thinking about
know about football, though?
Yes, shush.
No, bro, as long as you just put the money there, Chelsea already have an established system in place. So Toddby just has to back them. That's it, and they make the decision. So they're good on that aspect. It's because I'm thinking about Spurs. Spurs is the most interesting team in the Premier League right now because Antonio Conte, if you don't know, any club he goes to, he wins the league. It doesn't matter.
He's not winning the league with his Spurs.
You don't. I mean, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know.
Red.
He scares me. I love Antonio Conte. He's
great. He's not winning. Okay. He's not sniffing that. Especially with Pep. Red, do you think Conte's going to win the league with Tottenham over Pep and Man City?
Okay. One sec. Good, bro. What a transition. Remember 16-17? Was it? Yeah, it was 16-17. 16-17. There was Pep's first season at City, and it was Conte's first season at the Premier League at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And then in that season, who won the league? It was Conte.
Pep's first season.
I agree with Red, though.
It was Conte's first season too. It was Conte's first season too.
Hold right there. Cool. You went into the first season. That's amazing and everything. Man City
don't sleep on Tottenham, though.
Man City right now are a machine.
Don't sleep on Tottenham, though.
Yes, I'm asleep. No. Just real quick. I think Tottenham can make top 4. Premier League, I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping like a baby. Premier League, I'm sleeping like a baby. Hell no.
Look, I'm just gonna say this right now because this is preseason, so we can have what if scenarios. This is this is not. I don't the Tottenham curse is real, but what if Conte wins them the Premier League? How big would that be?
No, that's a dud.
That's what I'm thinking of because look, Conte. The thing is, he doesn't need superstars. If you look at his teams, he has a certain mold for every player for his players. For a certain caliber. It's you saw the players he was going after at Inter Milan. I could read up right now his transfer history. You'd be like, why? Why is he buying these players? He left Chelsea in shambles with the players that he bought. What did he get? You Zappa Costa,
yeah. The
less water.
Wait, hold on. Let me take some Dubes, man. Take some Dubes. From English Tennis FC, thank you for the dope, man. How does Barca's illegal signing affect LeBron's legacy? Wait, are you talking about LeBron or the policy?
LeBron. No, legit LeBron.
He's trolling it, obviously.
David Tibat, keep CR7 as a mascot. This team thrives without him.
You haven't even seen this team with him. That's the thing. Don't let narratives build. There's no way. You add it. I really believe in Ten Hag's system. I think Ten Hag and Conte are.
So you
gonna
think
do
he's going to cook with Cristiano and Ten Hag? They're going to cook.
Not necessarily with Cristiano per se. Like I think he's just going to like bring United a little bit. Like he's going to raise them up a little bit. Like they're going to actually make some progress because over the past 5 years, 6 years, United have like ever since Mourinho left, like United have been stagnant. Like they're just there.
Red, do you think with Ronaldo, it's putting more pressure than it had it gone without him?
I mean, look, if you're United and you're saying that a player is going to put pressure on United, nah, bro. United are way too big. Bro. This is one of the big. United are 10 times bigger than Ronaldo. Like he's not as much. Even if he with the Champions League and all that stuff. Like even if Ronaldo were to leave, he's just a United legend. He's just loved by them because he wrote a great chapter there. But United are a much bigger club, and he doesn't add more pressure. That should be United's standard from the get-go. This is Manchester United. They should be winning the Premier League every season. That should be the goal. They're like Real Madrid. They're like Barcelona. You don't go in and be like, oh, top 4. That's not United standards. Like, are you kidding? This team,
that's not the reality of the club right now.
I mean, obviously, but like, look at Barcelona. That wasn't the reality for them last season. But look how much they've came from that. Like they were able to finish second. They fixed up by mid-season. They were very active in the market. They signed players. Like they were aggressive and they were able to get back to that point. And United can do that too if United get their shit together. And the thing is with United, bro, is they hang on to players too long. Like what the fuck was Jesse Lingard doing there for a decade? Like why? Like what? You could have just let go of him. It would have made zero difference. Like he was just obviously not like fit for the club. Or Pogba, you bought him back, and what happened? Nothing. Like I actually don't even like. It was a nothing signing. Wan-Bissaka, you buy him.
Let me bring it. It just says Perry and Di Caro isn't sniffing 15 goals this season. Guys, Ricardo, I blame you.
Why? What happened?
Ever since you called him Charles Darwin, I think that's affected him.
He's proving the theory of de-evolution, man. That's my own, that's my South American brother, but I gotta say the truth when it's there to be said. That guy is ass, man.
You're sick, man.
That guy is ass.
Babe, big reports on Leao to Chelsea tonight. Interesting.
See, that's a good buy. That's quality.
That guy is good. And that's interesting. Like, he has to develop. He has to improve. His game is still a bit too raw, but that's a huge talent. Because I saw him, because he was huge for Milan winning the thing. And I think Chelsea needed an explosive player. That's what Chelsea are missing. They're missing a truly explosive take-charge attacker. That's the kind of guy that they're missing. Casey, Red finally speaks sense, free from the PR7 virus. Oh, don't say that. Look, but don't say it. It's good to be a Cristiano fan, man.
I'm not a fan of Cristiano. Like I don't even like Cristiano as like just a person. Like he's not like, I just think I just think that he doesn't get the credit he deserves. I feel like he's just overly hated because of his fanboys or because of coexisting with Messi. Whatever it is, people just don't like to give this. Like they will go from like they can't. There's no nuance in their statements. Everything is absolute. Oh, he's just a goal poacher. Oh, he just scores goals. He's just a tap-in merchant. He just scores penalties. They try to simplify into these things, but I'm like, no, like you're missing out. If you go back and see Ronaldo and what he actually did, he deserves this credit. He's just like, I don't know, very divisive in that. That's the only reason why.
Fly Gulag, what is Zlatan's generation? Not this one. His generation.
No, someone said Ronaldo's shirt. I'm like, what?
Wait, no. Zlatan's generation is the one previous. The generation before this. So it says basically Henry. That's his generation, Henry. Like this, he's just going through, but this is not his generation is basically Henry. That's era. Henry, Shevchenko, basically Henry, Shevchenko. He was just after Inzaghi. So just after Inzaghi.
He's late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep.
Yeah, basically, let's not say. So basically, yeah.
But
So basically, Henry, Shevchenko.
He's Eto'o, Henry, Shevchenko, like these are contemporary.
HH, come on. Like, I know you don't rate him because he never won the Champions League, whatever. But like, if we're keeping the same energy with Messi and Ronaldo about their longevity, Zlatan is like longevity is you have to give him his credit, man. That's insane.
Ricardo, I can't. Did you know why I can't?
My God, bro. Especially for a player that tall, he has no need. But
no, Ricardo, no. I said no. For someone of your talents, who at your peak played for Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Barcelona at your peak, to have never made a UCL final, that is egregious. Now, what I'll give you, Ibra, is this.
But as a player, what as a player?
No. This is what I always give for Ibra. Amazing talented, and that his goal repertoire in terms of the kinds of goals he has scored, he has some of he has probably one of the best goal resumes I've ever seen.
He has the greatest finishes of all time. Like his finishes are insane.
He's finished from everywhere.
It's just more so like this guy's like what 6'4", 6'5". A player of that height to have that level of technical ability is insane.
Yeah, he's crazy.
But my issue is that
he's an anomaly, to be honest.
Why didn't you? No, look, I'll give you talents, man, but it's one of those things of where you can have all the talents, but when it comes to this is a critical game, can you not do something to help us win this game? Like Ricardo, let's keep it a stack. The season you leave Inter, they win the Champions League, and the guy you get swapped for is critical for them winning the UCL. And the guys that you go in for,
but I wouldn't say that's an L on him because that player that replaced him was probably just a better fit that pushed him to the next level. Like, how is that really the player's fault? Like, different managers, different systems.
So where was the right fit for Ibra? Again, I told you, Juventus, Inter Milan, Milan, PSG, Barca.
HH, like the problem is like, bro, like when it comes to Zlatan, like you also have to take in the fact that with his size, like in what he does, he was very injury prone. Like you can't move as much as you do as a footballer with that size.
Your body can't handle that weight. Major injuries during his
no, Zlatan did have some injuries. Like he had some absences. He had some
major long-term injuries.
Not long-term, but like it's not. I'm not trying to just make the injuries and stuff like that. I'm just trying to give him credit for what he does and his ability, his longevity, the way he changed up his game. He trained up in Taekwondo so he could just have more flexibility in his kicks, and you could see it in his football. You are right. Like his Champions League record is a bit iffy, but like when you look at his league record, like it's rivaled by. He's only one of 3 players that scored in every single minute in the game, from minute 1 from 0 to 90. Like he's a freak. He's actually like, and not only that, I do genuinely think Zlatan is the greatest finisher of all time. If you want somebody in the box to cross and get the ball to, I think Zlatan is better than anybody else, and that includes Cristiano Ronaldo, just based off purely finishing, because that guy can finish from anywhere. Like,
oh yeah, no, his finishing was mad.
It's insane. Like, and not only that, like he's like I do think like.
But I needed those finishes in the UCL final though. That's the thing.
No, it's fair, HH, like that again, but like that maybe that disqualifies him from being, let's say, the greatest striker of his generation, because obviously he's not. Like when you played at the same time with Eto'o. You know what I mean? Like he's not, but like we do have to give him that. Boy, this guy's a top. Like he's an all-timer for sure. He's a unicorn. I can't really there's certain players, they're not goats, but they're unicorns. They're one of a kind. They're mythical. Like they're just special.
So let's move. So last topic before we get out of here, man. So I'm gonna come to your boy Ricardo with this, man. Ricardo, man, your boy pulled up to training.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was gonna strike, not score and everything. Is this still going to happen, or because I think Bayern, they said they won 60 million euros. Come on, bro. Is this still going to happen, especially with Raphinha, Dembele, or is this dependent on Frankie?
Look, I've said this from day one. You can look at the previous. I don't find a reason to get Lewandowski. I just think it's mad hypocritical. I mean, yes, the Messi situation was different because they legit couldn't afford him, but if you're gonna, I believe a part of Laporta letting go of Messi was because they wanted to build for the future. He's 34, turning 35. Okay, cool. I understand that from a sporting perspective that keeping Messi was probably not the best option. However, to go a year later and then dropping 50 to 60 million on a player that's a year younger than Messi is a bit hypocritical in my opinion, and that's why I'm not for Lewandowski. I'm not saying that Lewandowski isn't worth what we need, because I believe I read it like a month or 2 months ago. Barcelona was actually the team that created the most chances in La Liga, but they also missed the most. So when you put someone like Lewandowski in the team, you can definitely benefit a lot. Not only that, but the one thing that's bothered me as a fan of Barcelona in this whole Xavi ball, whatever, is that he's far too reliant on wingers. And this is where you see what, how the hole that Messi left behind, because he can go through the middle. He utilized the left. He played off the right. So someone like Lewandowski, who actually is really good on the balls, linking up with the wingers, blah, blah, blah. Like, he gives you an extra option, an idea. So I get it from a sporting perspective. I get it from a scouting, a technical, look, at the end of the day, the people study this stuff. They don't just go for big names. There's a reason why they went after him. But based on what I've seen today, I said from the jump that, one, I find it a hypocritical move, and two, I don't think it's happening. But based on what I've seen today, apparently Bayern Munich's official sporting store, where they sell their merchandise, they actually don't have any Lewandowski merchandise in the store. They showed the full
maybe that's
lineup.
that's just for like beef. Maybe because they're just beefing. It's like bad.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, you would still try to profit if you were so adamant on him staying. Because he is their biggest star on the team. So I heard that's not there. Apparently, his wife recently just followed Barcelona on social media today. So I mean, there's got to be some sort of level something there. I think for the spectacle, you could probably sell Lewandowski versus Benzema, be interesting. I mean, it's
classical.
Like,
classical will pop.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that this rivalry, quote unquote, is starting at the age of like 34, 35.
Better late than
it's literally Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr.
That fight was good though. That fight was good.
I'm saying Lewandowski versus Benzema might be interesting. Golden Boot, the Pichichi might be very interesting. But at the same time, I see a lot of you guys and this channel have planted a lot of doubt in my head regarding Bundesliga tax, and I'm a little bit scared because if this guy pretty much dropping like 50-60 goals the last 3-4 season, and if he doesn't drop at least I'm being nice, 25 minimum, I'm expecting 30 minimum, possibly just in the league, because I really don't see anybody other than Lewandowski scoring for our team, because Dembele is not a good goal scorer. Raphinha, not so much. Varane, that guy misses from everywhere. Ansu Fati can actually score, but the guy's never available. Aubameyang, that guy misses like a million chances before he scores. So where are these goals going to come from? It has to be Lewandowski. So, I mean, if he flops, man, Bundesliga is finished. It's done. It's over. He's arguably one of the greatest players to ever play for the Bundesliga. I'm a little sad.
But we gotta be fair though. Like Messi pretty much just did that. La Liga's all-time greatest player went to Ligue 1 and couldn't crack it in his first season.
yeah.
So and Messi's the same age as Lewandowski when he moved. So we gotta be consistent. We can't just be unfair to Lewandowski and just completely write off his entire legacy just because, for example, Barca may have some problems that Loa can't fix.
And no, I'm saying in terms of the narrative in this channel.
No. Red is what it is. If Lewandowski goes to Barcelona and it doesn't pop off, guys will say,
"Bro, I'm telling you, HH. I'm telling you right now, HH.
His legacy will take a huge hit. It is what it is.
He's gonna be nuclear at Barca. The Polish nuke is gonna be. I really do believe.
Red. That's what guys said about Messi and.
No. See, HH. That's
Red.
Different.
There's no CCC.
No.
I had minimum 50.
You're not gonna compare this Barca to PSG. You can't. PSG have Neymar and Mbappe. Barca don't have any of that. He just mentioned Ferran Torres and in Braithwaite. This is who Lewandowski is going to go in there. And that's going to be his team. They're feeding him. Yeah. It's completely different from the Messi situation. Yeah. Messi couldn't go into PSG and just tell Mbappe, okay, now you're my side chick. Mbappe is the most coveted upcoming talent. You can't just you're going to have to give him his fair share. And obviously you have Neymar. He's going to take what's his. But when Lua is coming to Barca, he's coming to a team that's ready made for him. This is why Lua said from the beginning of this transfer window, I only want Barca. That's the only proposition because Barca obviously told him this will be your team. And on top of that, this is perfect for La Liga. This is perfect for Barca's business because Benzema versus Lua. Say what you want. El Clasico rivalries, they need it. And now that you have Benzema.
No. Look, as I said, it ain't Messi, Cristiano, but a lot of people will, just for the curiosity, a lot of people will tune in to see Barca, Real Madrid, and Lewandowski against Benzema.
They always will. Classico was big before Messi or Ronaldo.
It was always big.
It's always been big.
Come on, we have iconic moments. For example, the pig head when Luis Figo switched over. There's been some
and also when Dino was applauded as well by the Madrid fans.
You know what pisses me off is a lot of Real fans will always use the Ronaldo calma at the Camp Nou. To be honest with you, that one is a goated El Clasico moment. But to me, the iconic one will always be the Raul shush when it was. You're muted. I don't know if you said ever you're talking, but yeah, But no, the Raul Shush, that one, I highly recommend you guys look up that match in general. That was a crazy El Clasico, and there was like a controversial call, and like Madrid ended up falling behind, and then Raul comes back and equalizes away at the Camp Nou, and he just like shushes the entire Camp Nou because they were mocking them the entire time. It was a crazy El Clasico.
But actually, what is the most iconic Clasico moments? Is it the Messi jersey or is it the pig's head for Figo?
We'll have to see how it ages because right now you would have to say the pig head, really.
I mean, Messi had some crazy, like Messi has probably like 4 in the top 10 classical moments. Like he has some crazy
is the jersey one. The main one is the jersey one.
The jersey one. To be honest with you, it's not that. For the casuals, I feel like it is because like iconography. But like no, in reality, because when you look at the context of that season, that was a very bad season.
No. But forget what happened in the season. Just in terms of moments.
The moment. Yeah.
That's what it's called moments. Moments is just encapsulated in that particular moment in time. Forget what happened after
2011 solo goal that ended up winning the Champions League final. For me, is way more iconic. That one's bigger flex.
It's like
Probably,
again, it's about the moments, not about what happened afterwards. Just about the moments.
As
good as that was, that jersey thing.
The game winner the Clasico is quite a big thing, but I mean.
You're right. Look. That jersey lift, it is iconic, and like it is a sick photo. It's like one of the hardest photos in like football, especially because like I don't know how the hell he does it because he lifts it up and he doesn't even touch the other side of the shirt, but it's still perfect. And it's like
it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah, no, that photographer is an icon, man.
Actually, Kalma is a big.
No, Kalma's sick too.
No. I use the GIF as well.
No, because the calm one, we won that's when we won the league. We won the league in the Camp Nou. That's why, like when we won it, like relax.
Was that with Mourinho?
That was with Mourinho.
See, my thing that I believe that. Here's my thing.
How am I a hater? I'm literally seeing the 2011 one where he scored against Madrid. Same thing is just better because they won the Champions League as opposed to a moment where they ended up losing the league, humiliating the Champions League, and like what you finished with the Copa del Rey that season. Like that's it. That's to me like the context because I watched it. I find other moments more.
You know what?
Like his hat trick against Real Madrid, I feel like that was a huge statement because like that's when he announced himself to like the world. Like this guy is serious.
I was just about to say that. I pretty much like kicked him. Well, not kicked him off, but like that elevated his like superstardom to another level.
So that was his debut season.
I think so.
It wasn't his debut season. It was his debut Clasico, I think.
I think so because like Ronaldinho was playing because Ronaldinho's season. That's like when they had that celebration where he jumps on Ronaldinho's back. I think that was like the hat trick one.
I think it was his debut Clasico at the new camp because they had played the 3-0 win at the Bernabeu the season before, I believe, where Ronaldinho got the applause.
Mm-hmm. But this goes back to my original points, which is that, like, again, Lewandowski vying for Barca and the kind of pull that a Barca Real Madrid have. Because my thing is that just as we had it with Zidane, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Figo, Raul, we're going to have another. You're not going to see like 2 big stars. It should have been Mbappe. Like, what should have happened is Mbappe is at Real Madrid, and then Barca, like, I don't think Raphinha is going to be that good, but who knows if Raphinha somehow is this freak of nature or so forth. But I think that there's going to be. This is why, there are guys who feel that El Clasico begins and ended with Messi and Cristiano. Yeah. They don't know who Ronaldinho was. They don't know who Brody Arnon was or who Zidane was or who Raul. Do you know who Raul was? Like, Raul is one of the coldest finishers I've ever seen.
One of my favorite eras in like El Clasico history was like 2006 or 2008. Like when we had Ruud van Nistelrooy, like bro, I used to love Ruud. Like Raul, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Robinho, Higuain, Julio Batista. Like that team was crazy. That Real Madrid team was actually crazy underrated because that was the last Real Madrid team to actually win back-to-back La Ligas too. So no,
I would say the Messi Ronaldo Clasico was probably historically peak Clasico, but it doesn't take away how big it is.
No. Look, what I would say that those games were amazing games to watch in terms of quality of football. But do you know what makes them iconic? Plus than everything, Mourinho and Pep.
Oh, absolutely.
Because before then we'd never seen managers of that profile, specifically Mourinho, and because of what Mourinho was, he pushed Pep, and because of how much there's that photo where like they shake each other's hands and they're both looking in opposite directions and so forth. Because these guys generally hated each other. And I think because Mourinho played into the whole rivalry, the games just had an extra sauce, bro. And also, you were either a Pep guy or a Mourinho guy. I was always a Mourinho guy.
I mean, look, that first El Clasico, HH, that's what made me pretty much like I probably if it wasn't for that El Clasico, I probably wouldn't be a football fan. Probably now, probably would have gotten bored and just stopped watching it. But that El Clasico when we lost 5-0.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in a pub. I remember seeing that
same.
Where
Like,
I was, PK puts up like his 5 hands like that and everything.
Yep. I was back when I was in Serie, and I went with like my boys, and like all of them were like Barca fans, and it was because like, it was post Ronaldinho era, so like everybody was on Ronaldinho hype, and I was a Madrid fan, but that was like the season where we signed like everybody. Like we had Benzema, Kaká, Ronaldo, best league all player, best English player, best Serie A player signed, and Mourinho. And like like the best manager, he just won the treble. You know what? Like, it's huge. And what happens? We get thrashed 5-0, bro. That was one of the biggest humiliations. Like there was blood, HH, and that's when like blood was mixed in with the fandom, and like that I can't. Now I'm in for life. You know what I mean? Like how like you get jumped to get into gangs. Like that was it. That was like my initiation. Like, it was.
Let's go down. We'll get it. Yeah. So Casey says El Fenomeno CL. Inter, Real, Barca, PSG. Now, you see, it's funny you say this, though, but you know that he had a major injury, which Ibrahimovic did not have. So, if Ronaldo doesn't have that major injury, he'd have about 4 or 5 UCLs easily. So,
oh my God, relax.
No, guys. You guys listen. I honestly don't know how. Go look up his injury. He was out of commission for 3 years. Like R9, his knee exploded. He was out of commission. Then,
bro, which is why what he did in O2 was a miracle.
Exactly. He comes back and then wins the World Cup. Like that's insane.
So that for me, that is beyond. That's a miracle. I told you.
So yeah,
Cristiano Messi, man, I don't know. These guys are ain't it, man. Varun Bella says same thing they said about Mourinho as well. Which is what? In reference to what? I can't remember what's in reference to. But shout out to your boy Mourinho. Tennis FC. LC football consists of VAR. Barca has no UCL. #Mount. I said again, I want that 09 game replayed again, man, because I will never accept that. I will never accept that 09 UCL. Never. Like for me, like that's just cheating. I will never recognize that 09 UCL. No way, guys. Look, it's been swell, man. We might be back here tomorrow. Depends on what the news stories look like. So if there are any big news stories, we'll be back here for a live. If not, we'll see you back here on Thursday. So shout out to your boy Corridor. Shout out to your boy Red. Shout out to your boy Yassi and so forth. It's been swell. It's been good. And as I always say, if not for Kevin De Bruyne, Hazard would be a World Cup winner. Peace out. Stay true. Stay real. Peace.
Peace, guys.